So Blitz Classic here last weekend. Lewis Central finished in 8th place. Atlantic with 5 ranked wrestlers. Lewis Central with 4. That's going to be the marquee match here. And number 2 here tonight here in Atlantic. And really looking forward to this. And Kuemper's got some solid wrestlers as well. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's nice to see, for the most part, fairly full lineups. Sometimes when you get into some of these duels, you'll see 5 or 6 forfeits, and in the situation where, Kuemper, they've got their first lighter guys, I guess, first 2 weights open, but otherwise there's names, in all those weights, and this is a dual thing. It's not an individual tournament thing like the Council Bluffs Classic as an example. You'll see some people, our Atlantic kids had wrestled some of their kids during the Council Bluffs Classic, kind of look at the way that things finished. The way the weights are listed out, whether a team bumps up, if they have their choice or not, if they can bump up to try to do the best they can do for the team. So it'll be interesting to see who actually wrestles what weight they're wrestled. Is always different than the weight, depending upon the coach and what they want to do. But Lewis Central's got a solid lineup. You talked about their ranked guys, and Atlantic's ranked guys, and some of those guys are pretty close weight-wise. Where at the top end, our heavyweight is ranked and their 215 is ranked, but otherwise it's going to kind of come down to who moves who around and who can get bonus points.
No doubt about it, and we're looking forward to this one here this evening here in Atlantic. We'll have all 3 matches. Service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll. First Whitney Bank, they're the only bank you'll ever need. First Whitney Bank. Body Basic, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. And the Seed Pros, to buy your sign to maximize yields from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Vintiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knudsen. Second Street Auto, your transmission pros, and Cass Health, the neighbors caring for neighbors. Also brought to you by Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, your home for personalized sports apparel in Atlantic. And the Super Bowl, grab the gang and head to the Super Bowl for Glow Bowling every Friday and a Saturday night. Swida, safe, reliable Swida for all your transportation needs. Stein Seed, to Stein Hedge Yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. Hy-Vee Bakery, Deli, Grocery, Meat Department, and Pharmacy, always there for you. Your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned full-line CarQuest retail store in Atlantic. And Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, a hometown bank for hometown people. Member FDIC. Also brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile for you. And Olson's BP. Great food, Godfather's Pizza, and quality BP fuel that keep you going company. Olson's BP in Atlantic. And Oak Point Wealth Management with Aaron Friend. Oak Point Wealth Management, located inside Snyder and Associates in Atlantic. Had a chance to catch up with Atlantic head coach Tim Duff. The Coach's Show is brought to you by State Farm. Elvis Haas, your local good neighbor. We'll hear from Coach Duff right after this.
Maybe one of the most known slogans in America. What does it mean to me as your local State Farm agent, Elvis Haas? It means being able to speak to your agent. It's also being able to understand what you're paying your hard-earned money for. My team and I aren't new to customer service, and we're here to help you with your auto, home, life, farm, business, health, as well as financial services. See Elvis Haas State Farm on Facebook or at our location, 1/2 block west of the courthouse, 712-243-4824.
Welcome back to the State Farm Coaches Show, brought to you by State Farm. Elvis Haas, your local good neighbor, joined by Atlantic head coach Tim Duff. The Trojans on a roll. They had a great week last week. They finished with 2 wins in that triangular act to Creston last Thursday, beating both Red Oak and Creston to remain undefeated in the Hawkeye 10 Conference. And then they traveled to Council Bluffs in the Council Bluffs Classic, finished 7th out of 41 teams. And had 2 in the championship, and everyone came away with a medal in that tournaments here last weekend. So the Trojans faced some tough competition, and that's exactly what Coach Tim Duff wants.
Something we try to pride ourselves on as a program is when things get hard, we like hard. We won't, that's when we that's when we wrestle our best. We want to get into those situations that are difficult for our opponents, that are difficult for us. Because, we think we're mentally tough kids, and we kind of lean into those hard situations, and that's how we want to approach those things, and have that mindset that when things get difficult, that's when we perform our best. And I thought our kids, like I said, 3 days of hard wrestling. You look at the end of it, at the end of those 3 days, you beat Preston in a Hawkeye 10 duel. Came out, had, guys wrestle well, had 5 guys finish, on the podium there at the Council Classic, had our second champ. Evan Swarnson's, we've been going since 2015, and he's only the second ranked wrestler to win that tournament. So that speaks how tough that tournament is. We've had a lot of good dudes come through the program these past 10 years, and he's only the second Atlantic guy other than Cade Stutson to win the tournament, and a number of guys that really competed hard. You look at Keith Schrader finishing in 7th. He went 6-2 on the weekend. Ran into some real good kids, but continued to battle and fight, and finished in an odd placement. Colin Harris finished in 4th place, made the semis, had a couple nice wins. And to come away 4th place in his first, as a sophomore, this was the first time he got a wrestle in that tournament. To go and get 4th place, was a good stepping stone for him. Braxton Hack, Braxton played last year, 8th place there at Council Bluffs, and this year he came away with a 4th place medal. So seeing that, moving up the podium, continue to keep, going higher and higher, and that's what it's all about, that continuous progress and being consistent over time, and like I said, just believing in yourself and continue to improve. So it's fun to see him, move into that 4th place spot. Great tournament for him. Aiden Smith, Aiden finished as runner-up. Had a couple really good matches, hard fought matches, and those are the matches that we need right now. That's what we tell our kids, is those matches are the matches that we can really, dig into and see what we're doing well, and get us in those, like I said, those tough situations. And then when we get into those intense matches, come district and state tournament time, we've already been there. And so Aiden needs more of those matches. Had a really good semifinal overtime win over a tough kid from Blair, and then lost a match in the finals, a really close match, and just wasn't able to finish up the scrambles against a kid from Iowa City West. But Aiden had a tremendous tournament there to finish in 2nd place. You jump up. Evan Sorensen, already mentioned, winning the bracket, really controlled his matches all weekend. And, other guys, Donovan Hendrickson made the gold bracket, the top 16, and ended up placing 13th, out of 42 teams. That's a good placement for Donovan. Again, saw some tough opponents, saw some things that you continue to clean up. But competed hard, and the other guys that got into the silver bracket, Calvin Hayes, had a couple, lost a tough early match, but he came back in the silver bracket and was actually won the silver pool, won his way through that bracket, and so that was fun to see him, after a couple losses on Friday, to turn around Saturday and come back and win 4 matches to win that silver pool. That's progress for Calvin. Last year at this tournament, it got pretty tough, and he kind of faltered back to, I can't remember, I think he might have been, 28 or 29 or 30, somewhere back there. So to come back and win the silver pool this year shows a lot of maturity, especially mentally. You look at Jaden Harder, came back on the silver bracket, finished in 4th place in the silver bracket. Carter Hadley, another sophomore that's still growing in the sport, super aggressive, and we want to keep that aggressive style. But the more mat time he gets, he's going to continue to see, results that he wants, and he's working hard. You look at Draven Smith. Draven was a kid that's still growing into his body, but he competed, and unfortunately fell just short of placing there in the silver bracket, but really represented himself well, and I thought he competed at a high level. So we only took 10 guys there. We had a number of guys go down to the JV tournament down in Oakland, and they had a good weekend down there. Coach Coach Roller took them, and he said they all competed hard. So we're excited with where we are as a team. We know it's a long season. This is, for us, this is, collecting data. And so this is where we are today. And we evaluate what we're doing well, what we need to improve on, and then just go back to work. Instead of being consistent and try to push yourselves to be able to compete in those situations that the best wrestlers find a way to try to win through those tough matches and try to finish those individual situations in those matches that ultimately make up the outcome. So big week for us this week. We face LC and Kuemper at home. Lewis Central, they're the favorites to win the Hawkeye 10. I think we finished in 7th at the Council Classic. They're right behind us in 8th, a couple points. But their lineup is real solid. They don't have any weak spots. As far as the duel, they're without question the best team in the Hawkeye 10. So we're going to have to, wrestle our absolute best and maybe get a few things go our way, and we can maybe turn a few matches where they're ahead of us. But for us, it's still about getting better, and so we're excited to get a host at home between LC and Kuemper. And we saw Kuemper early in the season. We know they've got some kids coming back in their lineup. They're going to be, real tough.
That's Atlantic Head Wrestling Coach Tim Duff joining us here on the State Farm Elvis Haas Coaches Show. Your local good neighbor, Elvis Haas State Farm Insurance. When we come back, we'll have coverage of the Lewis Central Kuemper match. Then Atlantic will take the mat for the 2nd and 3rd with Lewis Central and Kuemper. We'll have all 3 matches on 95.7 FM and right here on our live stream at westernnowtoday.com TV and YouTube. We're back with wrestling right after this.
Happy holidays. Yes, it is that time of the year again. You're busy shopping for your loved ones, going to holiday parties, or trying to avoid your in-laws, and you don't know what you're going to eat today. Well, to keep your stomach full and to take on your busy day, make sure to stop into Olson's BP in Atlantic and grab a pizza from Godfather's Pizza. This December, buy any large pizza and get a free 2-liter of soda. Limit of 3. Don't allow food to be another strain on your holiday season. Godfather's Pizza is here for you. Godfather's Pizza and Olson's BP in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robbins alongside Cody Weaver. Wrestling coming up here in just a little bit. We'll start with Kuemper and Lewis Central, and a number of ranked wrestlers here tonight. Atlantic, Cody Weaver with 5 ranked wrestlers. Colin Harris at 113 pounds is ranked number 10 at that weight class in Class 2A. Calvin Hayes, 144, also ranked. He's number 6 in the latest ratings as well. And then you've got guys like Aiden Smith. He's ranked number 4 coming in. And really these sophomores, Jaden Harder at 150, ranked at number 9 coming into the match here tonight. Of course, Evan Sorensen is rated as well. He's number 2 in the state at 285 pounds. So you've got Harris, you've got Smith ranked, you've got Hayes ranked, Harder, and Evan Sorensen ranked for Atlantic in Class 2A. And then when you look at Class of 3A, you've got 4 Titan wrestlers that are ranked coming in here, and Weston Porter at 120, ranked number 3 for LC. Also, Carter Schorsch of Lewis Central, ranked number 6 at 132 tonight. Those are 2 of those Lewis Central wrestlers that are rated coming in to this meet tonight. Joseph Manji is ranked 9th for Lewis Central at 215 pounds. So Manji ranked for LC, and you've got just a number of guys here to watch tonight. Looking forward to it here. Cody Weaver and Weston Porter at 120. He's a one to watch, 3rd ranked for Lewis Central here. So we have a lot of fun here.
I think, he maybe was even runner-up last year, kind of following in his brother's footsteps there as a freshman, and stepping up, a couple weights here to 120. Whether he goes down later in the year or not is kind of to be determined, but we'll see how it all works out tonight.
They have the lineups here coming up, and we'll go through them here. Cody, we'll start with Atlantic at 106 on the sheet. Of course, Sitka's change as the meet goes along, but Keaton Schrader at 106. Calvin Harris at 113. Mason Betts at 120. Braxton Haas at 126. Carter Hadley at 132. Aiden Smith at 138. Calvin Hayes at 144. Jaden Hart at 150. Graven Smith at 57. I don't believe Roland Hemmond's going to wrestle tonight. He's scratched because of injury. Callan Cleaver at 175. Donovan Headington at 190. Craven Thomas at 215. And Evan Shorts at 285. Talk about the Kuemper wrestlers, Cody.
Yeah, Kuemper is open there at 106 and 113. They have Will Atherton, just a freshman at 120. Caleb Hoffman, a junior at 126. Owen Nepple at 132, a senior. Jake Smith, a senior at 138. Joel Klein, a junior at 144. Sam Hoffman, a freshman there at 150. Case Cook, a freshman at 157. Austin Heinrich, a junior at 165, 175. They have Mason Vanami, a sophomore. And at 190, 215, it looks like it's going to be Sam Rodert or James Jansen, both seniors. And 285 will be Reed Steger.
Let's take a look at Lewis Central. Don Elderbaum at 106. Andamance at 113. Weston Porter at 120. Derek Gregory at 126. Carter Shorse at 132 pounds. Jackson Brewer at 138. Mandius Valentine at 144 for LC. Isaac Bates for Lewis Central at 150. Connor McGrath at 157. Alex Gravy at 165. Chance Chappelle at 175. Paxton Blanchard at 190. And Joe Manji of LC at 215. And Hunter Infanger at 285 here tonight in this matchup. So Lewis Central Kuemper, they'll lead things off here, and we're going to have the matches here on 95.7 FM and our live video stream at westerniowatoday.com. Back in 2.
At Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We've been dedicated to our communities for over 35 years. From real estate and ag loans to personal and commercial banking, we offer a full range of financial services tailored to meet your needs. We believe in giving back and being involved in the communities we serve. Stop into one of our 12 convenient locations or visit us at rollinghillsbank.com.
This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
At Seed Pros, our mission is to be your business partner every day of every season.
Pioneer Hybrid International was founded in Iowa back in 1926 and is still American today. Not many other seed providers can make that claim.
We partner with you to continually push the limits by combining elite seed genetics, local infield knowledge, along with customer service second to none.
We are with you from the word go. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, Nick Knudsen, or John Becker to partner with a team that puts your business needs first.
Here we go. Kuemper and Lewis Central will lead things off here tonight. Our live stream powered by Nish Donut. Elvis Haas bring us our coach's show and our post-match show as well, brought to you by State Farm. Elvis Haas, your local good neighbor. And match of the meet, also State Farm, Elvis Haas, your local good neighbor. All three of those brought to you by Elvis Haas. We appreciate Elvis for sponsoring high school wrestling here in 2024. And believe it or not, 25 right around the corner, Cody.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. This year has just flown by. It looked like earlier when they weighed in, they started at 126. So I don't know if we will start at the bottom of the order here, if we're going to start kind of halfway up through. So
captains are meeting right now. Lewis Central and Kuemper, they'll start things off. Cody, we will have the play-by-play here this evening. Thanks for joining us here on 95.7 FM and also on our live video stream here at Western Iowa Today TV and also on YouTube here this evening. And so we're getting set to go, Cody, and we'll see. It looks like captains are going to wrap up with the officials here tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, basically what they're doing out there is determining who's home and who's going to be visitor. But the other thing is that odd or even, as a team, you have to send somebody out first, or the other team gets to send somebody out, and you can kind of, based upon who they send out, you can determine if you want to send your kid out or if you want to send somebody else out, and that's where the bumping kind of starts and figuring out who's going to be where. So.
LC in their red singlets, Lewis Central in their blue singlets with the light blue trim on them. And waiting to get started here. The varsity matches will be on the right here as we bring you this broadcast, and our JV matches will take place on our match to our left here this evening. Atlantic is a quick turnaround. They will wrestle this weekend at the Eddyville-Blakesburg Fremont tournament. They're going to Roland Story, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes, it's always been Eddyville.
Well, Eddyville's usually about the last thing we do, or the tournament over at Southeast Polk, and this year Eddyville falls, I believe, January 4th or somewhere in there.
So they're going to be in Roland Story tournament instead on a Saturday, and they'll wrap things up before the Christmas holiday break. And well, I tell you what, that break is so important in all winter sports to improve and get ready for that. In Atlantic, it seems like Coach Duff's teams always improve, between that Christmas break and afterwards.
I'm sure they're going to do a little bit of eating, a lot of conditioning, and, working on the things that they saw kind of the first part of the season that they need to clean up and critique a little bit to get ready for that second half. And that second half, there's a lot of wrestling that takes place there.
Coach Duff talked about gathering some data here in the first part of the season, undefeated in duels. They coming off a big win over Creston last Thursday, and also beat Red Oak as well in that triangular at Creston. And still waiting to get this first match going here.
I think they're either having trouble with the clock or track, either one of the two. They keep looking over at the clock, so it looks like they either need a clock expert or a track wrestling expert, one of the two.
We'll take a timeout while they get things sorted out. You're listening to High School Wrestling on 95.7 FM on our live stream, Western Iowa Today.
Your dreams, someone who's on your side and who's there to help you get there. This is Ann from First Whitney Bank. Whether your business is running a business, farming, raising a family, or helping your kids move on to the business of their lives, we're here. It's your business, they're your dreams, and we're here to help you reach them. First Whitney Bank, member FDIC.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
The Super Bowl in Atlantic is a great place to have your next celebration. Birthday parties, family outings, date nights, or just hanging out with friends. The Super Bowl is the place to be. With Glow Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights, and ramps and bumpers for the kids, anyone can have a blast at the Super Bowl. Call Dan today at 243-4656 to reserve your lane and get ready for fun.
As busy as we all seem to be, no one has time for a breakdown. So here's the key. Pay attention to the early signs of transmission issues. If you notice problems, call 2nd Street Auto. Ignoring these symptoms can only lead to very costly repairs. Check engine light on, knocking, late to shift, stall, or slip. Save yourself the headache and money and get into 2nd Street Auto today. If you run into problems and can't get on the road, 2nd Street Auto is not going to let you down. If you're in the KSOM KS95 listing area, your tow is free. 2nd Street Auto in Atlanta, getting you back on the road and keeping you there. Welcome back to Atlantic. Is still waiting for the start of this matchup. Looks like they are working on track wrestling, down below, Cody. And
it looked like they took the computer over to Coach Mans from Lewis Central to help work it out. So we'll say he's the internal expert right now from Lewis Central there. So.
Well, it's always nice to have track as well and follow the matches here, and especially up here in the booth because they do switch these guys around, and it's nice to have that. And I see Atlantic Activities Director Andy Mitchell on the cell phone, so maybe they're calling in right now as well to get some advice. Tomorrow night we'll have high school basketball. Lewis Central will host Atlantic. We'll have that girl-boy doubleheader with pregame at 5:45 and a tip-off at 6 for the girls, with the boys to follow. As we look at the Atlantic squad, Cody, who are you most impressed with at this point?
Well, you've got a good freshman group that came in. Keaton Schrader comes in and competes really well at a high level. Colin Harris, from last year to this year has taken a big step. He was scrappy last year, but always seemed to have to wrestle maybe a heavier weight than he actually was, and he did that for the team, to do better as a team. Braxton Haas so far has had a good season. A lot of those kids over at Council Bluffs Classic really had a good tournament. Even if you're in a silver bracket, you get over there, and sometimes the top 15 are kids that have qualified for state in another state or in Iowa. And you've got a bunch of different divisions and, people from Kansas and Missouri and Minnesota and kind of all over. So it's tough competition.
You talk a lot about Lewis Central as well. I know you're very familiar with this group in particular. I know Mr. Porter there, Weston Porter there at 120. Talk about his style a little bit.
Well, he's a lot like his brother. I mean, they're both really good on their feet. And those kids have wrestled a lot over their lifetime and spent a lot of time in the summers and even during, the fall and spring, whether they go out for cross country to kind of get themselves in shape, but they're always active in something. His brother is wrestling in college now, and Weston just coming in as a freshman, and we saw Gable, I believe wrestle 106 and then maybe jumped up to roughly 120, so he's kind of following in those footsteps.
When you look at the rankings in Class 3A, Southeast Polk, no surprise, you're ranked number 1. I mean, this is a powerhouse program in the CIML. Bettendorf ranked number 2, Carlisle 3, Waukee Northwest 4, Waverly Shell Rock is 5, Johnston 6, then Indianola 4, Dodge, James and Ankeny Centennial round out the top 10 ranked right now. And for Class 2A, Notre Dame West Burlington, they're ranked number 1, Mount Vernon 2, Sergeant Bluff Luton ranked number 3, and Union LaPorte City is 4th, Algona 5, Anamosa 6, West Marshall 7th, Humboldt, Independence, and Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont round out the top 10 in Class 2A. Of course, you want to get that top 24 in order to qualify for the regional duels, which will be held on February 4th. Where Atlantic is certainly, they have the eye on that. I mean, you got to take one duel at a time. But
I mean, as a team-wise, the state's going to look at how they performed and at the competition that they performed. And up at Humboldt, they ended up runner-up to Humboldt. They kind of closed the gap there in those last couple rounds. Humboldt still had a very comfortable lead there at the end, but Council Bluffs Classic, you're in the top, even in the top 10 in that tournament out of, 30 or 40 schools. A lot of good competition over there. So
we're going to start at 126. It appears here as we get going here tonight. 126 pounders will take to the mat here shortly, and we'll get started here in Atlantic.
And it's Caleb Hoffman at Kuemper comes out, and it looks like it's going to be Isaac Bates. Actually, they do a forfeit there, so we're going to jump up to 132 pounds here. So both wrestlers coming over. It's going to be
We're going to have a competition here at, so again, at 126, Cody Weaver. Kuemper takes a 6-0 lead as, again, we had Caleb Hoffman, who stepped on the mat, raised his hand, and he's the winner there. So now we'll have a match at 132.
Yeah, and I mean, Carter Shores is listed for Lewis Central, and then Owen Nepple, senior from Kuemper. So we'll see who actually checks in and if they're bumping some people around or not. But again, taking a little bit of time with that track wrestling. And
so Kuemper takes the early 6-0 lead with that 4-foot Caleb Hoffman at 126. And Lewis Central open at 26. They had Derek Gregory scheduled to wrestle here. For Kuemper at the 32-pounder is Owen Nepple, a senior. Carter Shorsh, who is ranked at 26, is also expected to go here. So we'll see. We're still trying to get things figured out here before we get rolling right now. And Kuemper did to get the first win with that 4-foot. So we're going to take a quick break. 30-second timeout. We're back right after this.
Offers in-town school transportation for Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan, and Glenwood children. Parents are able to rest easy knowing all their children, from preschoolers to teenagers, will make it to school every day safely and on time. Let SWITA take kids to school for only $1.50 per child per trip. For more information or to register your child, visit SWITA.com or call 800-842-8065. My SWITA, my ride.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
And welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robbins alongside Cody Weaver. We're going to have a match here at 132 pounds.
Kuemper. Yeah, they've got Owen Nepple for Kuemper, which looks like the correct wrestler, and they've got Jordan Smith listed for Lewis Central. He's still standing kind of at the table there checking in, and the official's like, don't give them bands. Let's just, I know what color they are, send them out here. He's ready to go too. So he's kind of standing over the table talking to the wrestlers a little bit while they're checking in, and you can tell neither wrestler really wants to talk, and they're ready to wrestle.
He's not paid by the hour either, and so I don't blame him. We're all wanting to get things going here in Atlantic tonight. Here, this triangular, Kuemper and Lewis Central first. Atlantic and Lewis Central will wrestle second, and third will be the Knights and the Trojans here. And again, they're having issues with evidently track wrestling. And I think the official now is coming over to the bench and hoping to get things rolling here. I think we're close, Cody, to getting that track opened up here. Kuemper.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a track wrestling issue or an issue. You know, the kids. The other thing that doesn't help is, you know, they actually only weigh in an hour before, so you've got to enter the actual weight of the wrestler for every weight class. And again, with most of these guys having a fairly full bracket, so this is actually Owen Duffick of Lewis Central.
He will face Owen Nepple of Kuemper Catholic.
Nepple.
32 pounds.
Here we go, Cody.
Yeah, snap down there by Duffick. Kind of a shuck by attempt there. Nepple able to back out the opposite direction. Both wrestlers still on their feet. Started here in the first period. Working on the edge of the mat here, and Duffick pushes in a little bit, wants to go underhook on the left side of Nepple. Kind of reaches in, and they're going to go out of bounds and come back to the center in that neutral position. Underhook there again by Duffick on the opposite side. Collar tie by Nepple, left side of Duffick. Snap down again there by Duffick.
Nice duck under.
Yeah, he's trying to head toss here, and Duffick really doing a good job keeping his hips back there, keeping from getting a headlock thrown, and tried to drop into a single there, drops into a low single now, circles the opposite direction. If he gets his right arm through here, He'll have 2, and Nepple doing a good job getting back up to his feet. He's going to trip forward. No points awarded in this kind of a scramble here. Nepple looks like he's going to come out the back here, and Duffick doing a good job, driving into him. They go out of bounds, but a good scramble by Nepple there, knowing exactly where he was at. Duffick was in on a deep shot, just not able to pick it up and finish it. We're down to 39 now here. You can see on the scoreboard there in your lower left-hand corner.
Kuemper with a 6-0 lead. They had a forfeit of 126. Did the Knights. Caleb Hoffman of Kuemper with that win by forfeit. And time is called.
Looks like a little bit of
little blood rule.
Blood time. Maybe they could get the next group to check next weight.
We'll take a quick timeout while they clean up the blood. We're back right after this.
New genetics, faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield, 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Merry Christmas out at your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve bone-in beef rib roast, only $10.99 a pound. Hy-Vee corn or green beans, 59 cents a can. Hy-Vee premium spiral sliced half hams, only $2.78 a pound. Hy-Vee whipped topping, 99 cents each. Pillsbury Crescent cinnamon sweet rolls, $2.99 each. Campbell's cream of soup, tomato or chicken noodle soups, 99 cents a can. Bird's Eye vegetables, 3 for $3. And as always, thank you for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Welcome back. They've got the blood taken care of, and we're set to go here. Is Duffick for Lewis Central, Nepple for Kuemper. No score with 18 seconds to go here in the first period.
Yeah, you want to try to score here at the end with the short period of time to go have a little bit of an advantage going into that second period. You don't know at this point if you've wrestled this kid, what he does on top, or are you going to be able to get out of the bottom, and time's going to expire here, so we'll find out pretty shortly.
Duffick's been the aggressor so far in the match, but I've been impressed with the way Nepple is able to scramble out of some situations in that first quarter. Duffick will choose down.
Yeah, he's going to go down here. Nepple will look like he's going to cover the left side here. Right away kind of chops. Nepple kind of leaning over the top, kind of a cross-face cradle. Duffick up to his feet, working on peeling hands. Nepple's going to have to return him here. He's going to get called for stalling pretty quick, and he did get called a stall warning. Stall warning there, and on Nepple, they come back to the center as they went out of bounds here. Nepple covers again. Duffick again right up to his feet here. Nepple holds on, tries to go to a single now, is going to try to finish that, but again, he's got to finish something here and maintain control quickly, or he's going to get called for stalling again. Tries to switch back to a double here. Comes back up. They're going to say Duffick has escaped for Lewis Central.
First points on the board for either wrestler here in the period number 2.
Yeah, separation there, and they kind of come back together. And Nepple likes to go with that collar tie on his right side. And Duffick, on the other hand, goes underhook either side, and he wants to elevate and get to that single leg. Wasn't able to finish that in the first period, and we'll see what happens here. They're down to a minute here in the second period. See Duffick kind of pulling, snapping, and going. A shot attempt there by another slide-by attempt there by Duffick, and Nepple able to grab that leg, catch that leg as he comes around here, and he's going to try to peel the hand and circle around behind here. 35 seconds to go here, and Duffick's trying to settle in here, breaks that grip, is able to come back behind. So it'll be 4-0 lead here for Duffick. He right away puts the right leg in, and that leg gets caught by Nepple. Nepple trying to peel that leg out, down to 20 seconds here. Now Duffick reaching up over the top of that power half, elbow in that right back of the head. He's got the left arm peeling with that right leg in, and he has Nepple bellied out there right on the edge of the mat. Now reaches across, kind of a cross-face ride here. Time's going to expire, and it will be Nepple's choice here in the third period.
So it's 4-0 in favor of Owen Duffick of Lewis Central. Kuemper's Owen Neppel wants to go both up here.
Yeah, and I mean, he was in on a shot there, you know, but there he goes in for kind of a high crotch attempt there, and Duffick able to kind of slide right in behind here. And now you see Neppel wanting to get into a scramble position here, reaches back for the leg, which is something you don't normally teach a wrestler to do. But he feels that maybe if he can get in a scramble position, he's got a better chance of getting out here. Duffick has a half Nelson on that right side, and he's going to try to walk the head and tries to pull the body back and break Neppel down and releases that half, and now goes back behind. He's going to try to slide that right leg in and ride that leg again. Neppel kind of ahead on the mat here as he goes forward. Duffick's going to go ahead and release him here, and his coaches say you need to score some more points.
Yeah.
So it's 7-0 right now. It's going to be 7-1 with a minute to go in the third period, and you know he's going to try to. His coach wants Duffick, you know, to get a major out of this deal. So, you know, another takedown will get him where he needs to be for that major decision, and it'll get him 14 points versus 3. So.
Lewis Central head coach August Mance, head coach for Kuemper is Shane Vaughn. And still tied up here with 40 seconds to go in the third period.
Yeah, and I mean, both of these guys have had some shots. Again, underhook there by Duffick continues to do that. A shot attempt there by Neppel. And Duffick so far has been able to do a good job of kind of sliding by there and is able to circle around behind here. Kind of goes in single here. We're down to 15 to go here in the third period. So they're wanting Duffick to score a takedown here, and Duffick goes for an outside single shot there. Neppel trying to circle around behind here, and Duffick trying to catch that arm, and looks like that's the way it'll end here. And Neppel is able to get a three-point takedown. So it'll be a 7-4 match. Owen Duffick of Lewis Central comes out here with the advantage.
Yeah, confidence builder for Owen Duffick. He wasn't even scheduled to wrestle on the varsity level. He was actually listed on the JV, and he gets a win for Lewis Central to move the score to 7-4. Caleb Hoffman won the first match by 4 foot to put the Knights up 6-0, and now it's going to be 6-3 as we get set for 138 pounds. So 3 points on the 7-4 decision by Owen Duffick, and we go to 138, Cody.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a good thing to all of a sudden get called up or a bad thing. I mean, if you're not ready to wrestle on the varsity level and you get called up, you don't have a chance to be nervous.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
out there. So both wrestlers look like they're checked in here, and it's going to be Jake Smith at Kuemper taking on Carter Shorse of Lewis Central. Shorse is one of the kids that, Tom, you talked about being rated N3A.
So Carter Shorse for the Knights, and Jake Smith for Kuemper Catholic.
Yeah, and Shorse kind of working out front here is going to drive in, and Shorse gets kind of put on his back here. No back points awarded, but he's coming out the back door here, and you know, really Jake Smith did a good job there on that takedown and tried to catch him on his back, and Shorse is, you know, back up on his feet here. So 3-1 right now. It is Jake Smith of Kuemper with that advantage.
Whoa.
He throws Shorse to his back here, holds him down here, settles that elbow in, tightens it up, and now it's different, you know, on the edge there. You can hold, as long as your foot in or 1 foot is in bounds here, you're able to hold him, and both feet slide out of bounds there. So they're going to come back to the center. So that's 4 near fall and a 3-point takedown.
Talk about Smith. I mean, that move he made to get that takedown, kind of a head throw on the outside of the mat.
Yeah, I think, you know, Shorse is maybe being a little bit on the aggressive side and kind of got caught there. Kind of whipped the head around there and took him to his back, and back up to their feet now. Shorse with an escape 10-2 match. Now Shorse on an outside single shot there. And Smith is a long and lanky wrestler. Both wrestlers go out of bounds. They're going to come back to the center with 52 to go here in the first period. So a lot of action in this match in that first minute and 8 seconds. Shorse with an outside single shot. Nice defense by Smith.
After 3 periods of wrestling by a score of 9-8, the decision is awarded
And Shores kind of catches Smith on his hips a little bit, is able to drive into him and get that takedown. And right now he's working on keeping the feet here. Goes to a cradle, and they're going to call the potentially dangerous on that knee of Smith. So we'll come back to the center here. So it's 10-5, 28 seconds to go here. Smith is going to go back down in that bottom position, and Coach Mans doesn't look overly happy with Shores in the position that he's in right now.
Well, he's 6 rated and down at 10-5 here early. Got thrown early in that first period. He's got to get some back points here, Cody, as he rides on top of the tight waist here. Looks like he's trying to work into the half Nelson. He might have a cradle opportunity here, too.
He's trying to get the elbow kicked in so he can roll him over and get a tilt going here.
Yeah, he got a tilt.
He's going to tilt Smith up here, and he's going to, looks like he's going to get at least, he's going to get a probably 4 near fall.
And that'll snug the lead to 10-8, 10-9 now, as Shores ranked 6th in the state here at 138 pounds. Is scrambled back within 1 here, 10-9 as we start the second period, and Shores is going to pick down.
Yeah, Nepple had his choice, or excuse me, not Nepple. Smith had his choice there, and he was able to defer to that third period, and Shores wants to go down here in that second period. So Shores right away up. You can see how Shores knows exactly that right arm. A lot of times you'll see him extend it straight to keep it from getting trapped. Smith picks him up, brings him back, gets kind of hyperextended, sucks Shores back, and you can see that Smith got himself a little bit high there. Luckily, he was out of bounds, and ref blew the whistle. They're going to come back to the center here.
Georgetown escaped to tie it up. It's 10-9 in favor of Jake Smith of Kuemper. With that quick start, there's the reversal.
Yeah, and Smith just tried to reach back almost for a headlock there, and allowed Shores to just come right around for that reversal. So it's 11-10 now. Shores has got that advantage. Still a minute 27 to go here. And you'll probably see him work on peeling in either the right arm or left arm, rolling over the top here and trying to get another tilt point. And Smith trying to fight that off. He's got a hand tied up there. Smith got to build his base up here now, head down a little bit low here, and Shores is still kind of working on top here. Looks like he's trying to lock that left arm, and again, going to try to roll over the top. Now it looks like Shores is working on putting a left leg in. Going to work out front. Smith is up to his kind of his rear, and Shores just kind of rips him back over and breaks him back down. Tries to get a near fall there, and Smith doing a good job getting back to that belly and avoiding any near fall points there. 35 seconds to go here now. And again, Shores with that 11-10 advantage. Started out in a pretty good hole there, like 10-2, 10-1, and was able to battle his way back there and got that reversal in the second period to take that 1-point advantage here.
Nepple, what, he started out 10-2?
Yeah, 10-1, I believe.
10-1, yes.
Yeah, and then Shores was able to get an escape here, and he's going to run out of time here, but he's got a kind of a pinning combination in here, and he's going to get some more near fall. Tries to extend the head and runs out of time. So be 4 more near falls, so it's going to be 15-10 now, Shores, and it'll be Smith's choice here in the third period. He wants to go on his feet and go neutral here. So
Shores has scored 15 straight points here in this match. We've got a time called here.
yeah, the clock didn't quite get started on time, and wrestlers come back to the center here, and we get started. And Shores with another quick takedown there, and a lot of time left here in this third period, and he took his time kind of peeling the hands out of Smith earlier in that second period. Now he goes opposite side, half Nelson. He's trying to peel the right side wrist out, which Smith has got it in. He's kind of got the leg locked in here, and he's going to drive forward and try to get Smith broken back down flat.
A major decision right now for Source, 18-10. Trying to get that pin here. Kuemper up 6-3. It won by a 4-foot. Then Owen Duffick had a 7-4 decision over Owen Nepple.
You know, and Smith started out really strong in this, and, you know, kind of maybe caught Shor's a little bit not ready for some of the throws that he got himself into, and Shor's did a nice job working his way back to an 18-10 lead now with just under a minute in the third period. Shor's right now has got the arm barred up, the right arm barred up. He's trying to finish what he started in the second period, and you can see Smith kind of balling up there again underneath, and Shor's is going to try to run that forward, and so you can see the officials maybe call a stalling on Smith there, balled up. Again, head on the mat. He's got his knees underneath him, but Shor's just not able to get off the side and finish anything here. So Shor's now goes kind of a snowplow in the right armpit there of Smith, and Smith, again, continues to stay balled up. We're down to 15 seconds here.
Yeah, Smith's just trying to avoid the pin here.
And Shor's is going to continue to run that, put pressure on it. Now has a chicken wing in, but he's going to run out of time. He is able to stack Smith up. Smith able to roll through. So good job of Smith there, avoiding any. Now he got two near fall rolling across those shoulders, so it's a 20-10 match. So
we'll take a quick break here. I owe you a station identification.
Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications, KS 95.7.
Well, it was a 20-10 major decision by Carter Shores. He scored 20 straight points and picks up 4 points for the Titans here at 138 pounds. And LC will go up 7-6 here on the match. Lewis Central winning.
It'll be Joe Klein coming out here at 144 for Kuemper Catholic. And he's taking on Mandius Valentine. Valentine right away picks him up, elevates him. He keeps the leg locked in, kind of the Turk locked in, drives forward, has Klein exposed, and is going to get some near fall here and see if he can settle in and maybe get a little bit more. So he releases Klein back over to his stomach here, keeps the right leg in, gets 3 near fall awarded. So it's a 6-0 match. And Valentine here trying to work on, going to roll through, stack Klein up, and he's got his own shoulders exposed, so he's got to be very careful and gets the fall over Klein there in about 41 seconds.
So Lewis Central now with 3 straight wins, and they jump out to a 13-6 lead. They've scored 13 straight as we go to 150 pounds here. Lewis Central and Kuemper Catholic. Atlantic will wrestle Lewis Central next year in this Triangle Atlantic tonight. So 150-pounders will step on the mat, Cody Weaver.
Next matchup, 150-pound now.
It's going to be Hoffman, Sam Hoffman at Kuemper, and he's going to be taking on Derek Gregory of Lewis Central. Collar tie single shot there by Gregory of Lewis Central. Kind of comes up in the middle here. Does a good job trying to come behind here. Scramble position there for Hoffman, but Gregory just able to lock that leg and kind of come around behind there and break that lock for a 3-point takedown. Right away, Gregory puts the legs in. He's got a power half on the left side, and he's going to try to crank that over and get some near fall here on Hoffman. Goes cross face now. Going to try to turn the body over, settles back a little bit now, and Hoffman trying to keep that arm that's reached over the top here and pull Gregory over a little bit, get a little bit high here. And Gregory's like, kind of looks at his coach like, what do I do now? And his coach is like, get back behind the hips, basically. And Gregory gets that leg out of there. Sometimes when you're not a leg rider, and I'm not sure if he is or not, but you get yourself in a position where you're just not comfortable because you're not in that position enough. So they're both on the edge of the mat here now with 45 seconds to go. Gregory's got his right foot in. He's going to try to tilt Hoffman up here.
Gregory was listed at 126 pounds, Cody Weaver.
He ate a lot over Thanksgiving.
From 26 to 50, that's a big jump there, but he's it doesn't faze him. Got that 3-point takedown and riding right now towards the edge of the mat.
Yeah, and he's got the right leg in here, and Hoffman able to kind of roll out of bounds here, and they're going to come back to the center with 18 to go in the first period.
13-6, LC with the lead. 3 state wins. They had a decision, major decision, a quick fall. He had 32, 38, and 44 now at 150 pounds.
And Gregory just riding tough on top here, kind of keeping Hoffman broke down. You know, he had the leg in the first time, kind of kicked it out, put it back in, and we're going to end the first period here as he tries to tilt Hoffman up, but no points awarded.
Choice is Kuemper's.
He's going to defer, and Gregory of Lewis Central is going to go down that bottom position to start the second period. Hoffman kind of goes cross body, sits back and gets himself caught with his hips down a little bit low here, and Gregory driving in and has Hoffman on his back. No, doesn't look like any near fall awarded there, but he's going to get a 2-point reversal. So 5-0 right now. Gregory of Lewis Central with that lead over Hoffman of Kuemper. Tries to tilt Hoffman up a little bit, and Hoffman doing a good job kind of reaching back, and you can see trying to grab the ankle of Gregory to keep his shoulders from getting exposed. And he's going to get some near fall out of there, but probably not as much as he wants to. Gregory readjusts his hips. He's got his right leg kind of stuck underneath Hoffman here. Tries to drive forward a little bit to get that leg pushed back in, get it locked back in, and down to a minute in the second period. 7-0 right now. Gregory of Lewis Central with that lead.
Lewis Central up 13-6 in the match.
And he's working on a power half on the left side right now, and no success there. So he still has that right leg in, and Hoffman doing a good job of trying to get him off of his hips and get him off the side, or get him high to where he can kind of come out the back door. And Gregory so far able to do a good job riding that leg and keeping his hips back enough. Down to 30. Gets the leg out here, and Gregory continues to just ride Hoffman, and Hoffman stays down, knees down and head kind of on the mat here. Gregory circles behind, stays behind the hips. Again, he's ridden the leg, tried a power half. Started out with a Turk there in the first period for some back points. And we're going to end this second period 7-0 right now. Gregory of Lewis Central with that lead over Hoffman of Kuemper.
Oh, and Nepal started things off Caleb Hoffman started things off with that forefoot for Kuemper. And then the Knights scored 13 straight. Owen Duffick, a 7-4 decision over Nepal. Carter Shores ranked 5th in 3A, a 20-10 major decision over Jake Smith. And Mandius Valentine, a 41-second fall over Joe Klein of Kuemper to make it a 13-6 lead for the Titans here. We're at 150.
Yeah, and Hoffman chose neutral to start this third period, and Gregory able to snap him down there and kind of come behind here. So we'll see if he's able to take advantage of any more near fall points, or if Hoffman can get out of the bottom and break free a little bit.
But it just hasn't been able to do anything.
No, and Gregory tilting him up here a little bit. Again, going to get a 2 count right now anyway. The official ran out of fingers on his one hand, so he had to count his other now. It's going to be, looks like just a 2-point near fall. Yeah. He still has he's kind of released that pinning or tilt combination, and he's back on that right leg. And as a leg rider, he's really kind of keeps dipping that right hip low and gets himself down, but he's across the body and under the left arm, so he keeps himself in good enough position. But I would not feel comfortable with my hip continue to fall down like that. And you can see right now he's kind of working on a banana split. He releases that, comes out front again, underneath the arm, around the head, and it's going to be a stalling on Hoffman there. So 1 point awarded and some more near fall here. So this will be a tech fall here, it looks like, for Gregory of Lewis Central here at 150 pounds.
If not a pin, he's got 13 seconds to get it done. Yeah, he always had to level off there, and that's going to be a tech fall.
So that'll be 5 team points there for Lewis Central. Be 18-6. Team advantage here for Lewis Central.
Well, we go to 157 pounds now, and LC opens up, as Cody mentioned, 18-6 lead. They've scored 18 straight. Owen Duffick at 132 with a 7-4 decision over Owen Neppel. Carter Shores at 138, a 20-10 major decision over Jake Smith. Mandius Valentine at 144 for the Titans, 41-second fall over Joe Klein. That pushed the score to 13-6, and then now Derek Gregory of Lewis Central, a 17-0 tech fall late third period over Sam Hoffman, 18-6 now. Lewis Central in command here. We go to 157, Cody.
Yeah, this would be Case Cook of Kuemper taking on Isaac Bates of Lewis Central. And a lot of these Lewis Central guys we're not seeing listed, you know, on the varsity actually lineup. So if you look at this, Bates is listed.
Yeah, I'm looking down at the JV.
He's not, I don't see him listed in the JV either. So. A little bit of a headgear coming unsnapped here, so they're going to, official's going to stop the match and come back to the center. 157 pounds. We started at 126. Bates able to kind of get in on a shot, but Cook able to use some of that length and do a nice job sprawling, using that hip pressure to keep the head of Bates down, and he's using his arm now to try to peel that arm off. Again, snaps down, but Bates continues to drive in on that single to try to get a decent lock on it, able to pull it in, and right now Cook is just got too much leg strength. He circles ahead here, but Bates waits his turn, gets in good position, is able to lock the ankle, tries to come out the back door here and come behind. He's going to try to keep that leg, and Cook doing a good job getting that leg released. Bates trying to bring him back down to the mat, brings him back down right away, tries to put that left leg in. Cook able to bring the knee up, avoid that. Bates able to drop down, takes him right back down to the mat. 40 to go here, 3-0 right now. It's Isaac Bates of Lewis Central with that lead. They're going to stop the match for a potentially dangerous, probably illegal headlock there by Cook. If you grab the head, you have to have an arm with you, and it looked like he only had the head of Bates there from Lewis Central. So Bates of Lewis Central gets an additional point, so it's 4-0 right now. And Cook able to come up to his feet here with 30 to go for an escape. So 4-1 match right now. Bates of Lewis Central with that lead. Case Cook snaps down. Tries to drive in a little bit. He's right on the edge of the mat here, and no points are going to be scored here, and they go out of bounds. Come back to the center with 12.1 to go here. We'll see if one of these guys can take advantage of this short period here and score some points to go into the second period to tie the match up for Cook with a 3-point takedown, or Bates extend his lead. That'll be the end of the first period. It is Lewis Central's choice. He's going to defer to that third period. Cook's going to go neutral on his feet here to start the second period. He trails 4-1 to Isaac Bates of Lewis Central. Cook with an outside single shot there, tries to elevate that, gets in a scramble position here. Bates tries to go around the opposite direction, and Cook is able to kind of stand up here, suck Bates in, but gets out of bounds here. So that could be a dangerous position for Bates there. He was almost in a bear hug position there as they went out of bounds. So we're down to minute 35 here. And again, it's Bates of Lewis Central with that lead. Bates with an outside single shot here. Cook and Bates so far has really done a nice job when he gets in a position to kind of lock the ankle of Cook, and then gets Cook off position enough. He's able to kind of circle around behind here. So right now Cook trying to peel the hands. Bates picks him up, returns him to the mat. Cook trying to peel, is able to peel, and they come back to the center, so it's 7-2 right now. A minute to go in the second period, and it is Isaac Bates of Lewis Central with that lead. And it'll be his choice in the third period. Cook able to get to that outside single shot, but again, Bates doing a good job kind of countering, and Cook needs to try to circle around behind here, but he's working on a near side cradle, trying to peel that up. Now he goes cross face, trying to break the lock of Bates. Needs to kind of get around behind here. Bates, again, never out of position here. Must have a great grip on himself because he's able to always get a hold of that. But Cook now working on cross face cradle. You see Bates kind of sprawl out a little bit, but it looks like Cook can't quite get that cradle locked up, but he's going to circle around behind here, and if he can step over the leg and hook his leg, he's going to get a point awarded, and it's going to be a stalemate with 9.2 to go here.
The Titans leading the Knights 18-6. They've won 4 straight matches, and Bates working number 5 here. Cook certainly has the length on Bates in the match.
Yeah, Cook of Kuemper's a little bit, maybe about 6 inches taller, longer legs and kind of body, but so far Bates has got the grip for sure on the leg.
Oh boy.
Go neutral here on their feet to start the third period. Right away, Bates goes for an outside single, able to hook that leg. He's going to try to come out the back door here, get his right arm through and around. And Cook so far able to kind of a weak whizzer, I would say, on the right side of Bates. He releases that. Bates is able to kind of come around behind here. So 10-2 right now. He's got a major, and he's going to work on riding that left leg, going kind of across the face, around the arm here. And going to try to roll him off the side here with some hip pressure and try to drive forward, grabs underneath the neck, and Cook is getting to where his back is almost exposed, and Bates doing a good job just kind of settling in, driving forward, taking his time. He's going to get 3 near fall here, and coach is telling him, hey, step this way, get a little bit more exposure on that back for a little bit longer.
Yeah, he's going to get cinched in pretty good here.
Bates is settling in here, but Cook is trying to get a body lock on and going to try to roll Bates through there. Bates has no way to protect himself from being rolled over completely to his back if Cook can get enough muscle there.
Now he's got
and now he's in trouble. He's got the arm and the head.
There it is.
And it's going to be a fall for Isaac Bates at Lewis Central.
24-6 LC. They've scored 24 straight points after forfeiting at 126. They've got a decision 132, a major decision 138, a fall at 44, tech fall at 50, and now a fall at 157 pounds. It is Isaac Bates with the win for Kuemper Catholic Carroll. Cody Weaver go to 165, started this match at 126. And we'll see who they bring out here.
Both wrestlers getting kind of checked in here, and looks like it's going to be Austin Heinrich of Kuemper, and he's going to be taking on Alex Gravy of Lewis Central. Heinrich with an outside single shot attempt there. Nice sprawl by Gravy. Both wrestlers just kind of seeing which foot the other one steps forward with, trying to get in a decent position here. Grave got a little bit of a length advantage, drives in here and kind of pushes, and Heinrich at Kuemper circles back towards the center. Outside single shot attempt there by Heinrich at Kuemper. He's able to elevate it up. Going to try to dump it backwards, and a real nice deep whizzer there by Gravy. Gravy able to extend that lock, circle around behind there, and now he's working on kind of a cross-face cradle here. Stuffs the arm, and deep waist on the right side by by Gravy of Lewis Central. He's got the left arm trapped, of Heinrich, and they're going to try to probably tilt him over, roll over the body there and tilt. Now he's going to work on putting a deep left leg in. He's able to get that locked in and kind of goes cross out front here, and he's going to try to do what Isaac Bates did and continue to go forward here and go around the neck and roll forward, but he lost the leg. He's able to roll back to his stomach, build his base. So Heinrich still kind of down below here, and now Gravy breaking him back down flat on his belly. Time's going to expire here in the first period, and it's going to be Alex Gravy of Lewis Central with that 3-0 advantage right now as we go into the second period.
Gravy finished 20th overall at the Council Bluffs Classic here last weekend. LC finished 8th overall in that tournament. He finished 6th at the Andy Davidson Dallas Center Grimes Mustang Invite. So some of his resume here in this young season. And he stands up.
Yeah, Gravy goes down. It was Kuemper's choice there. He deferred. Stall call there on Kuemper for not either returning him or releasing him. Gravy back up to his feet here. So he's got a 4-0 advantage and a stall call against Heinrich. He circles in a little bit, enough to get Heinrich in the mat in the circle. Snap down attempt there by Heinrich. Underhook now. Double leg shot attempt there by Gravy. They're going to go out of bounds and come back to the center here. Minute 22 to go in the second period.
Heinrich's mostly JV wrestler a year ago when he won some of those JV tournaments now on the varsity level. He finished 6th at that Joe Fitch tournament back in December, early this month, when at Tournament Atlantic finished 2nd. When you talked about that earlier, the Trojans gave Humboldt a run for their money, and their Atlantic was a runner-up, but Heinrich a medal winner at the Joe Fitch, so he's capable. And nothing going on here, 4-0 in favor of Gravy.
Yeah, just under a minute to go in the second period. It was Lewis Central's choice. He chose down, was able to escape, and it'll be Kuemper's choice here in the third period. Color tie kind of really by both wrestlers. The inside tie is what they both want to get that advantage. And the aggressor so far has really been Gravy, kind of pushing in, and Heinrich not able to take advantage of that snap down or anything and able to get around behind him here. So Heinrich was in on a deep shot there in the first period. Gravy was able to use that leverage, break that lock, and kind of circle around behind and get that takedown. So Gravy with a outside double shot attempt there from a distance, and no success, and time looks like it's going to expire here in the second period. It's 3.8 to go here. We're going to come back to center. We were out of bounds.
165-pound weight class moves to the third.
Gravy continues to drive in there, and time's going to expire. So it'll be Heinrich's choice here. He trails 4-0 right now, and coach says, hey, let's go neutral on our feet. So we'll see if he can finish a takedown here, or if Gravy can get in on another shot and able to finish it. And again, Gravy continues to be the aggressor here and drives in. Heinrich with an outside shot attempt. Gravy tries to circle around behind here. Heinrich with an underhook now on the right side of Gravy, pulls that underhook out. Wrist control, both wrestlers separate. A duck, kind of a shot attempt there by Gravy, in on a deep double. Needs to pick it up, return him to the mat, step over for control, work his way up. He's gets a 2-point takedown here, and he's going to try to hold Heinrich, and Heinrich, knowing exactly where he was at, went right back to his belly. He did get a 1 count on him, but no back points awarded there for Gravy of Lewis Central. Lewis Central now works out front here. He's going to roll Heinrich over, at least get a near fall here.
He's up 7-0 right now with a minute to go. Gravy's got to get, there's the pressure, there's the pin, yeah.
Yeah, he gets the fall with just under a minute to go in the third period. So we'll make it a 30-6 team score. Lewis Central over Kuemper. We've got 175, 90, 215, 285, all the way up to 120 left to wrestle here. So we've got our 175 pounders coming over here to check in.
Well, the Titans have won by decision, a major decision. 3 falls and a tech fall so far in the match. We go to 175, as you mentioned, Cody, and we'll see who steps on the mat here.
This is Mason Vanami of Kuemper taking on Chance Chappell. Chappell right away picks him up, elevates him, takes him to his back. Has Vanami in trouble. He settles in, and he settles in now, and he's going to tighten up that headlock that he's got out front there and circle towards the head. And really, Vanami doing a good job so far fighting off his back. When you get in that position, you got your arm tied up. It's tough to stay off your back and fight it off. And he was able to fight it off for a little bit, but Chappell of Lewis Central won by fall there.
Chappell with a 35-second pin for LC. And we go to 190 pounds, and Lewis Central up to a commanding 36-6 lead here.
And I think, Tom, you talked about Mungie of...
Yes, Mungie.
Mungie of Lewis Central looks like coming out here. We'll see if this is actually him, but he's rated in 3A. Taking on a long, lanky Kuemper kid. Sam Roeder, and it's actually Paxton Blanchard for Lewis Central. Just shows you the depth and the strength of the Lewis Central team as they've thrown a lot of kids that don't normally wrestle in the JV lineup in there, and they've competed really well.
Atlantic and Lewis Central will wrestle next. That'll be the marquee match for the night.
Shot attempt there by Blanchard, outside shot. Tries to shuck by now, goes underhook. Wants to try to, looks like maybe throw Roeder.
Yeah, Sam Roeder is the night wrestler.
Yeah. Kind of a front headlock there by Blanchard. Blanchard tries to drop into a single. Roeder kind of backs out a little bit. Now pushes back in towards the center of the mat. Been quite a bit of action. No success by either wrestler or even getting to a leg. So either front headlocks or underhooks is kind of where it's stopped. Just under a minute. And Roeder tries to drive in there for a double, kind of gets himself off balance, gets pushed backwards by Blanchard. Blanchard able to circle around behind there for that 3-point takedown. It's going to be hard to get used to that.
I know it.
And
I don't think I've heard any fans yell 2 yet, Cody.
Blanchard rolled Roeder over, kind of on the same thing. He's going to get, looks like 3 near fall here with 18 to go. Roeder kind of goes back down to that right hip and right side. Blanchard stays behind the hips there, continues to work a little bit on peeling arms out, and time's going to expire. We'll go to the second period. So Blanchard of Lewis Central with a 6-0 advantage over Sam Roeder right now after the first period.
Lewis Central getting wins from Owen Duffick by decision. Carter Shorst, major decision. Pins by Mandius Valentine, Isaac Bates, Alex Gravy, Chance Chappell, and a tech fall by Derek Gregory. They've scored 36 straight points here in this duel. 36-6 after being open at 126 pounds.
Yeah, and it was Roeder's choice here in the second period, and he went ahead and he did not defer. He wanted to go on his feet here. So we'll see if he can take advantage of that. Maybe he saw something in that first period where there was some exposure, and you could see the coach, saying not high but low here. And Blanchard right now kind of goes up, kind of snaps down, and as Roeder comes up, he goes in for that shot, and they go out of bounds. They come back to the center. A minute 24 to go here in the second period.
Blanchard 6th place at the Classic here last weekend. He was 3rd at the DCG Invite. And he's a nice takedown there, Cody.
Yeah, he's able to kind of circle. Roeder kind of got himself down in the head position there, and Blanchard able to circle around behind there, makes it a 9-0 match right now. Still under basically a minute to go here in the second period. He's got a 2-on-1 on the right forearm of Rodert. Rides the hips, tries to peel the arm out, now go in between the legs, maybe for ball and chain or something. They're going to go out of bounds and come back to the center here with 38 to go in the second period.
Rodert finished 4th a year ago in the Hawkeye 10 Conference Tournament, and he was 5th at the Joe Fitch up in Humboldt here earlier in the month.
Blanchard controlling the right wrist, Rodert able to kind of pull that out and drop him in on his right side here. Rodert bellied out now. Blanchard working on peeling the right arm out, either going to arm bar or chicken wing that, it looks like. And Blanchard again right over the top of the hips here. Under 20 to go here in the second period. He's going to run the half, gets Rodert flipped over, tightens it up.
Boy, he's got him right there.
He's Roder's shoulders are about a half inch off the
there
mat.
it is.
And he gets a fall with 2.7 to go there in the second period.
So another fall for the Titans. Blanchard with his pin, and that extends the score to 42-6. Lewis Central with a big lead over Kuemper. And we go to 215 pounds. And we'll see who we bring out here for the Titans. Again, they've wrestled a lot of young kids, a lot of the JV wrestlers here, and they performed well. Started off with Derek Owen Duffick early on here. And so now 215. Manji for Lewis Central.
Yeah, they moved him up then to the 215 weight, and he's taking on James Jansen of Kuemper. These guys are stocky build, 215 pounders. Nice, really nice shot there by Mungie. Takes Jansen kind of down to his back. Jansen able to belly out there, but almost a opposite high crotch shot attempt there by Mungie. Gets in deep on that single, able to elevate it, take him down to the mat, onto his back, and Jansen able to roll back to his belly here. So a minute to go here in the first period. It's 3-0 right now. Mungie of Lewis Central.
Five falls for LC so far in this match. A tech fall and one decision. Owen Duffick, a 7-4 decision over Owen Neppel. Mungie just rides right now with 44 seconds to go. Take a look at Mungie's resume. 6th place over the weekend at the Council Bluffs tournament. He was runner-up at the Andy Davidson Mustang Invite at Dallas Center Grimes. He's got try to work a power half in there.
Yeah, he's got a half in there, and he's kind of right out of bounds there, and you'll probably see Jansen elbow in here and go down to hip to try to get him off balance.
Mungie, this is folk style time for him. He wrestles year round. If you look back, he's been in several of those USA Junior B. He was runner-up at the MWC Crisco Classic, King of the Hill. He's been wrestling a lot in the off-season, back in April and March.
Mungie had his choice here in the second period. He's going to go down with a 3-0 lead.
Mungie also qualified for the state tournament a year ago at 215. He did not place. He qualified with a runner-up finish at the district in Norwalk.
Got a quick escape there, back up to his feet now. 4-0 right now. Mungie with that advantage. And again, you see a lot of snap on left side and right side there, level changes. And about the time you stand up, he's going to get in on a deep shot here. And he tries a fake high crotch attempt there. Several of them. Goes to an outside single now and able to roll Jansen over to his back.
This is going to be a matter of time here.
Yeah, takedown here, and he's settling in, and it tightens it up and puts his right arm in the middle of the back, across the middle of the back, and make sure that those shoulders are exposed here. So
Mungie, the winner for LC, and they open up a 48-6 lead here in this first duel of the night. We go to 285 pounds. I'm not sure LC is going to have a heavyweight because the guy stepping up there is about 150 pounds lighter. He went back to his corner.
I think he's like, I'm not taking that guy.
He's got a smile on his face, and Kuemper's going to win by 4 foot at 285.
Yeah, and I mean, with Kuemper being open at 6 and 13, you're going to have one match left in this duel, and it's going to come down to 120. So Lewis Central will add on 12 more here.
Steger wins by 4 foot to make it a 48-12 Lewis Central lead. And at 106 pounds, young man waiting to get checked in for LC.
They're making sure, I think he's even in high school.
They're checking the computer and looking up at the stands for, yeah, he's 4 foot for LC at 106. Kuemper's open at 113 as well, and should have a 120-pound match coming up here, Cody.
And that was Elderbaum for Lewis Central,
right,
getting that 4 foot there at 106 pounds. This is not Xander Mann, so we'll find out what his name is. And
he's checking in now. They're looking at the list there, and well, I'll tell you what, LC saved some guys for the Atlantic match, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
We didn't see Mans.
No.
Didn't see Porter.
No. Braden, I'm guessing it's Braden Campbell, another JV kid, and it is Braden Campbell for that 4 foot.
Nice job there, Cody.
Well, this is Mans here coming out at 120. So he's kind of taking Porter's spot.
So Porter, we hope we'll see him in the next match against Atlantic. That'll be a good one there.
You can see Porter right leg or right knee. It looks like it's maybe a little bit hurt.
Yeah.
So this is going to be Will Atherton of Kuemper and Xander Mans of Lewis Central.
And that was Braden Campbell of LC winning by 4 foot 113, 60-12 LC.
And when your dad's a coach, you got to do whatever you have to do. Really nice slide by attempt there by Mans. Releases. So 3-1 right now. Lead. Mans with a real nice arm pass for another takedown. So to make it 6-1. Mans right now working kind of all over. He's going to release Atherton back up to his feet. Outside sweep single there to a low ankle pick. Deep waist. Release again. And there's no way the scorekeepers are going to keep up with the score.
It is.
So this will be it's going to be,
release here.
It should be 12-4 right now, I believe.
Good math.
I think they even missed a takedown there. And Mans again with the release and pushes him out of bounds. They're going to come back to center. Still 1:06 to go in the first period.
We're going to have to pick a match of the meet here. Brought to you by State Farm, Elvis Haas. A lot of falls by Lewis Central. We may have to go by the quickest fall there, Cody. But Mans is impressive.
Yeah, Mans with another takedown here, releases, and they're back on their feet here. Goes to a kind of a cross.
Oh, good
now
double.
He goes into a double.
Yeah.
Picks and returns that. Gets another 3-point. He's going to work his way up the head here and keeps that arm and drives forward. Atherton doing a good job trying to peel that wrist off, though, and avoid any back points there. And he tilts Atherton up, and that should be still 12 seconds to go here.
And 60-12 LC with the lead, and Mans working on a
first period tech fall there for Mans.
There you go. Well, the final 65-12 Lewis Central with the win over Kuemper Catholic. We're back right after this. Atlantic and Lewis Central coming up next.
introduce Dr. Jill Polpeter. Dr. Polpeter is a board-certified family medicine physician who provides care for all ages.
I just want my patients to sit in my exam room and just feel comfortable telling me whatever they need to tell me. I really try to be your partner. I don't tell you what to do, but I will give my guidance and my advice, and then we can kind of decide the plan together.
To make an appointment with Dr. Polpeter, call Cass Health at 712-243-2850.
Welcome back to Atlantic. We need to pick the match of the meet here, Cody Weaver, brought to you by State Farm and Elvis Hass, your local good neighbor. And while you think about that one, we're going to hear from Elvis Hass.
State Farm is there, maybe one of the most known slogans in America. What does it mean to me as your local State Farm agent, Elvis Hass? It means being able to speak to your agent. It's also being able to understand what you're paying your hard-earned money for. My team and I aren't new to customer service, and we're here to help you with your auto, home, life, farm, business, health, as well as financial services. See Elvis Hass State Farm on Facebook or at our location, 1/2 block west of the courthouse, 712-243-4824.
Yeah, we thank Elvis Hass, State Farm Insurance, your local good neighbor, for the match of the meet here, and I'm going to leave it to you, Cody.
To me, that it's the match that was the most exciting to me was at 138 pounds, and it was Carter Shores. He came out in that first period and was down trailing 10-1 to Jake Smith. Jake Smith kind of caught him on his back a couple times, but Shores is able to work his way all the way back up and scored basically almost 20 points, 18 points.
You're right, good point.
Not accounted for, so he kind of took back control of the match, being down. And again, those takedowns and those back points, 3 for a takedown and 4 near fall, really add up quick. And so that, to me, was the match of the meet. And again, Carter Shores over Jake Smith there at 138 pounds.
All right, Cody, thank you for that. And thank you, Elvis Hass from State Farm. Elvis Hass, State Farm Insurance, your local good neighbor. To recap the match, Caleb Hoffman of Kuemper Catholic came out and won by 4 foot. The Knights up 6-0, but then it was all at Lewis Central after that. Owen Duffick, a 7-4 decision over Owen Neppel of Kuemper. Carter Shores of LC won by a 20-10 major decision over Jake Smith, which Cody talked about. Mandius Valentine of Lewis Central won by a fall in 42 seconds over Joe Klein. And then was Derek Gregory at 150 for LC, defeating Sam Hoffman at Kuemper by a tech fall 18-0 and 5:55. At 157, Isaac Bates of LC over Case Cook of Kuemper by a fall in 5:28 right there before Alex Gravy of Lewis Central won by a fall over Austin Heinrichs of Kuemper at 165 and a 5:11. 175, Chance Chappelle of Lewis Central won by a 35-second pin at 175 over Mason Vanami. 190, Paxton Blanche of Lewis Central. He won by a fall at 3:58 over Sam Rodert. And at 2:15, it was Joseph Manji of LC. He pinned James Jansen of Kuemper in 2 minutes. And then Reed Steger of Kuemper won by a 4 foot to give Kuemper their 12 points for the night. At 106, Don Elderbaum of LC wins by a 4 foot. 113, Braden Campbell of LC wins by a 4 foot. And at 120, it was Will Atherton of Kuemper against Xander Mance of Lewis Central. And Mance with the pin or the tech fall in that matchup. And Mance the winner at 120 pounds. Kuemper 65, or excuse me, Lewis Central 65 and Kuemper 12. More wrestling coming up. Atlantic and Lewis Central will have them. We're back in about 90 seconds.
We're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Visit www.oakpointwealth.com, 712-207-3521 to learn more about how Oak Point Wealth Management can help you pursue your financial goals.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. Or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
And welcome back to Atlantic as we're getting set for Atlantic. And $5,000 being awarded.
It's Friday Night Lights, so I'm not for. It looks like T-Mobile.
T-Mobile, yeah. There's a $5,000 check to Mr. Andy Mitchell here, right here, a presentation between the matches. So congrats to Atlantic and congrats to T-Mobile. Friday Night Lights. $5,000 from T-Mobile. So nice presentation there. Back in 30 here at 95.7 FM.
There's nothing better than the Rolling Hills crops and pasture here in Iowa. We here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust are dedicated to keeping our local farms going strong. We have experienced leaders in the ag industry who will partner with you and come alongside you to see you through the tough times and help you celebrate the good times. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust is big enough to handle all your banking needs, yet small enough to know you by name. Stop in and talk to one of our dedicated loan officers to see what we can do for you at one of our 12 area locations. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Randy, we need to do a Christmas ad. You know, tell everyone Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I just love doing these ads.
Okay.
It's a Christmas miracle. I think she has the spirit.
I believe she does. We better do it quickly.
That's enough out of you Grinches. Just say Merry Christmas, Dad.
Merry Christmas.
You too, new guy.
My name is Alec, and Merry Christmas.
Randy.
Merry Christmas from all of us at Atlantic and Audubon Ag and Auto, and a Happy New Year.
Grinches. I work with Grinches.
KS 95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Welcome back to Atlantic. The Trojans and the Titans getting set to square off here. Cody Weaver, should be a good one here.
Yeah, and we're going to start at 132, you know, so a lot of those ranked kids are going to be kind of below that. On the Atlantic side, we've got a couple there, you know, at 44.50 and then 285, but it's going to be tough starting at 32, you know, from 57 up to basically 90. Atlantic's going to have to do what they can do to minimize that and score as many points as possible. And the rest is going to come down to the bonus points.
LC off to a good start with a 65-12 win. Their only losses were in those open matches at 126 and then at 285. Otherwise, they were dominant in that match against Kuemper here a little bit earlier. 5 ranked wrestlers for Atlantic, 4 for Lewis Central, if we see them all here this evening. For Atlantic, Evan Sorensen ranked 2 at 285. Aiden Smith ranked number 4 at 138. And you've got some sophomores ranked now. Jaden Harder's ranked. Calvin Hayes. Calvin won the silver bracket at the Council Bluffs Classic. He wrestled back and won it on the consolation side. Good for Calvin. And, of course, Colin Harris at 113. He's been solid all year long. And we're going to see some great matches here as Atlantic and Lewis Central to get set to go here in this second match of the evening. Thanks for joining us here on our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com TV, and on YouTube, brought to you by and powered by Nishdanet, and here on the radio at 95.7 FM. So we're going to get rolling here as the sweats are being peeled off.
And it looks like Carter Shores, for LC coming up to check in here, and we'll see. Looks like they're going to move Braxton Haas up from 26 to 32.
All right. Coach Duff making a move right out of the gate here. So Braxton coming out for Atlantic. Shores for Lewis Central. Carter Shores won by a 20-10 major decision. over Jake Smith.
And Shores came in as a freshman, really a tough kid, kind of at the 26 weight, so not as a little guy, kind of started out in the middle. So he's kind of comfortable at this weight, maybe up a little bit from what he had been. And it looks like we're going to, I think track wrestling tonight's winning the, winning the duel so far.
They did get it going, though, in that last match.
And I think it's more data entry is the problem, it looks like. And there's a lot of pressure, and we see a young retired manager coming over in McKenna Haas. And you also see her out, volunteering her time cleaning up blood. So it's nice to see her helping Andy Neiman, from Cass Health. So we appreciate those guys doing what they need to do to take care of the mat and keep people protected.
So we're going to get started 1:38 so they get some technical stuff done. We're going to take a 30-second break. We're back right after this.
Huge incentive on the most popular side-by-side around at Olson's Outdoor Power from now until December 31st. Buy a new 2025 Polaris Ranger 1000 XP North Star and get a free 5-year warranty on us. Premium or Ultimate, regular cab or crew cab. Buy now and receive a total of 5 years of Polaris total protection warranty for free. But only here at Olson's Outdoor Power and only till the end of this year. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. Add fantastic food, beverages, plus BP superior fuels, and you have Olson's BP in Atlantic. From sunup to sundown, we're the keep you going store. From our loaded breakfast burritos and Bunker Dunker donuts to our delicious Champs chicken and pizza to go, we have the food you crave. Don't forget the cold beer in the beer cave. Stop in and fill her up. There's always something you need at Olson's BP, the keep you going store, 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Welcome back here to Atlantic as we're getting ready for Braxton Haas and Carter Shores.
This is tough as a wrestler. You're pumped up. You're ready to wrestle. You're getting bumped up to wrestle, another kid that's rated. Haas himself is rated, and it kind of just takes a little bit of it out, and then you get a little bit of nerves, and you already had some nerves, and you just want to get out there and wrestle and get going.
We're still working on some data entry, and we're going to work on some of our fine sponsors here. We're going to hear from Body Basic and the Seed Pros.
Their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to which they can trade their wealth for better health at the end. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Welcome back as here we go.
And they have both wrestlers in, so we're ready to go here.
This is going to be a good one, Cody. Here we go.
Haas with an outside single shot attempt there, and Shores able to back out of that. Collar tie by Shores. Both wrestlers really quick. Some separation now as they work from the little circle to the edge of the mat. Haas in on a shot there, not able to get hands around it. Shores with an underhook on the right side, and has the left arm of Haas tied up, and they're going to call a stalemate. Come back to the center and start over here with 1:16 to go.
Shores ranked 6th at 126, at 132 rather. As you mentioned, Cody, Haas is wrestling up.
And both wrestlers, the slide by attempt there, Haas just can't quite get to that outside single shot, not deep enough anyway to get his hands around that leg. And Shores, a little bit longer, lankier wrestler, gets a circle motion there and tries to get to the outside leg of Haas, and Haas doing a good job going that same direction and avoiding that leg getting locked up here. So 40 to go here in the first period, scoreless. Both wrestlers on their feet in the middle. Snap down there by Shorse. Wrist control by Shorse on the right side.
Shorse won the Andy Davison DCG Mustang Invite. He was 6th at the Classic over the weekend in Council Bluffs in that 2-day tournament. And Braxton Haas trying to pull an upset here for Atlantic. 10 seconds to go and under, and no score here in this opening period. And Haas trying to snap, takedown, and Shorse gets the 3, Cody.
Yeah, just kind of got Haas off balance a little bit there. Is able to drive into Haas and kind of puts his body over the feet there and gets trapped. And it's Shorse's choice here. He defers. Haas is going to go down that bottom position. So
3-0 Carter Shorse with the lead over Braxton Haas, wrestling up from 26 here to 132.
Deep waist there by Shorse.
There's
Haas up to his feet right away. Shorse continues to, drive forward there and keep the pressure on Haas. Got to 2-on-1 on the one side. He tries to move the arm of Haas, goes into almost a high crotch there, and Haas kind of comes over the top as they go out of bounds. So 15 to go here, 15 off the clock here in the second period. It's 3-1 right now. Carter Shorse with that lead. Haas with a slide by attempt there, and he's down on one knee there, and Shorse heavy on the head there, tries to snap. Haas kind of tries to shuck him by again there, and that's tough to do on some of those bigger kids. Haas is moving up, from a lighter weight last year, a little bit lighter weight, and those adjustments need to be quick. As you get the heavier you want to get, you don't want to be underneath somebody, and I'm not sure what they come back to center there.
Has a runner-up at the Joe Fitch here earlier in the season. And 4th place at the Council Bluffs Classic over the weekend at 126 pounds, wrestling up here. Oh.
And Haas doing a good job getting that. Shorse trying to go opposite with that shuck by, and Haas able to move quick enough there, and Haas, doesn't sit long, and then he's back up to his feet or get his feet underneath him here. Outside single shot there by Haas. Haas continues to drive in, backs out now. Shorse pretty well sprawled out there and had Haas at a distance there and not able to lock up a leg. 30 to go here now. Haas with a shot. And Shorse able to kind of circle around and get Haas off balance here. And he's going to grab the leg of Shorse to try to get in a scramble position here or a stalemate.
He's got to get that foot loose.
And Shorse can sit through here and drive forward and hook a leg, and that looks like it's what he's going to do.
Oh, boy.
For 3, and that's just, the tough part about this match, it's 6-1 right now, and both of those points have been scored within 10 seconds of the end of the period, and it's tough to overcome that. So 6-1 right now. Shorse with the advantage. He's going to go down that bottom position. We've got 2 minutes left here, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Well, Haas will cover with the Trojans.
Tries to drive forward here, circles ahead here and snaps Shorse down a little bit. Again, trying to ride tough here. Kind of a crab type ride with in between the leg, inner thigh pry there and under the head here. And Shorse just kind of waiting to stand up here. He gets control of the wrist. Again, Haas is going to have to return him or he's going to get called for stalling here pretty quick. So he's got to do something really quick.
There's the warning coming out. Trying to trip that leg.
He kind of sits on Shorse's leg here. And again, Shorse able to get that leg peeled up here. And Shorse knows exactly what he needs to do. He stays in bounds. He gets a stall call here. And Haas drops down to a single now. Tries to come out the back door here.
6-1, Shorse with the lead.
Seatbelt ride there, kind of by Shorse as he's over the back. He had his arm around the midsection of Haas, and we're down to under a minute here, and it should be a stalemate. And that's a good call by the official.
55 seconds to go, third period. Carter Shor's up 6-1. He'll go back down again. Braxton Haas will cover for Atlantic. Opening match here between Lewis Central and the Trojans.
Yeah, again, Haas a little bit high here, and again, Shorsh is just a taller kid, and some separation there. Haas releases him, goes back up to his feet. Knows he wasn't scoring any points on top there, so he has nothing to lose but go back up on his feet here and try to get a takedown or two. Shorts with a collar tie on Haas. Both wrestlers right on the edge. Haas out of bounds. Shorts just knows exactly where he's at. He's going to keep 1 foot in bounds right on the edge and steps out, and we're down to 21 to go here, and it's 7-1 right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if I don't see Braxton, try a throw here and tries to get a single, but again, Shor's just too strong there.
Haas has got to stay away from bonus points now at this point.
Yeah, and he gets a takedown there as he locked the ankle there, so it's going to be 10-1, and that's going to be a major for Carter Shorsh here at 132 over Braxton Haas of Atlantic.
And Lewis Central takes a 4-0 lead in the opening match at 132 pounds. We go to 138. I think Atlantic is wrestling Smith up as well. Aiden Smith looks like he's going to wrestle up.
Yeah, I got Carter Hadley coming out here for Atlantic at 38.
We'll get Lewis Central here in a moment. 4-0 LC winning that first match by major decision. Lewis Central beat Kuemper 65-12 in that opening match here tonight. Hadley and Jackson Brewer will step in at 138 pounds. Brewer from Lewis Central. Carter Hadley from Atlantic. Here we go.
Brewer with some, trying to get some motion here going, and Hadley doing a good job, staying in good position. Collar tie by Hadley. Kind of an elbow pass attempt there by Brewer. Hadley backs out a little bit and stays in good position here. Shot by Hadley there, able to kind of come around behind here, needs to pick that up and finish it, elevate it, finish the shot. Brewer gets in a scramble position here, is able to come out behind Hadley.
What a move by Brewer.
Yeah, he got, Hadley got that single and kind of came back down to the mat, and Brewer going to try to tilt Hadley up here and gets him back. He's got the left leg in now, and he's going to continue to drive forward like we've seen some of the other Lewis Central wrestlers go. Try to drive forward, reach underneath the neck, go across the body, and just take their time and expose that back of Hadley. So
48 seconds to go, first period.
He peels a arm back, chops that arm down. Hadley bellied out here, and Brewer with a real nice deep waist on that right side, and all that hip pressure on Hadley. Hadley able to come up to his feet here, tries to peel that, turn and face, and Brewer continues to try to push him out, and they go out of bounds. So
Brewer state qualifier a year ago. He did not place for LC in the 3A tournament, the Iowa High School State Wrestling Tournament. 22nd place at the Classic over the weekend.
Yeah, Hadley with a real nice explosion right up there, tries to turn and face, and Brewer just kind of lets him turn and then drives right into him, takes him back down, and he's going to ride him out here in the last 10 seconds. Again, that deep waist on the right side, tries to tilt Hadley up and does a good job.
Carter Hadley 21st at that tournament over the weekend on the silver side, 5th at Joe Fitch here earlier in December. And he's down 3-0 here with 2 minutes now in the second period. We'll start the second period.
Yeah, Brewer going to cover that left side. Hadley able to get up to his feet right away there, and this time he gets tripped on the right side there by Brewer. He brings him down, has inside control of that forearm on the right side. Deep waist, goes back to that deep waist and tilt, really tight, deep waist. Going to get some back points here on Hadley. And again, he does a nice job, if you look at his right leg, of making sure that he continues to elevate on Hadley to keep that back exposed, and has control of Hadley there. Now he's got deep waist left side, and those deep waist riders are tough on the gut. And now he goes to a chicken wing on the right side, releases that, goes to a half, goes out of bounds, and they're going to come back to the center. A minute 20 to go in the second period. And it's Brewer with a 5-0 advantage here.
Brewer's been the aggressor here the entire match, up 5-0. Hadley just got to his feet here, Cody. There he got a peel. There you go.
Faces, and 1 point escape there for Hadley, so 5-1, and right away Brewer in on an outside single. Continues to drive in and get deeper and deeper. Hadley needs to push his hips away, which he's trying to do.
He did.
Get some separation there, and they're going to continue to circle between the little circle and the outside circle of the mat there. Double shot attempt there, a slide by, shuck by, I should say, by Brewer.
3.
Gets a takedown and rolls Hadley over on his back, settles in now. He's got 38 seconds to work on that, releases it. Hadley back to his belly here, so it's got 4 near fall out of that. So it's 12-1 right now. Jackson Brewer of Lewis Central wrestling Carter Hadley of Atlantic.
$17 seconds left to go. Work on the edge of the mat. Again, Brewer with that. He's inbounds. Hadley was that left ankle inbounds as time runs out here in this second period. And it's been all Brewer. He's got a big major decision going on now, and Hadley just trying to avoid the tech fall bonus points or even a fall here. It's 4-0 Lewis Central after the first match. 3 seconds to go here in this second period. And Brewer is going to ride him out.
Yeah, Brewer really doing a good job. When Hadley comes up, he's able to trip really quick, kind of forward there. And Hadley wants to go neutral here, it looks like, on his feet. He's got to get a decent shot there, and he had that in that first period, and Brewer able to kind of scramble out of it and knew exactly where he was at. So and Brewer's kind of been pushing in the face kind of the whole match, so he kind of gets warned there to do that. Goes to tries an underhook there. Hadley collar tie there, goes to a really nice double. And again, this is a scramble position. You got to take your shot, and he kind of gets him sprawled out. And he's going to roll him through. There's no points awarded yet, but Hadley's got to continue to hold on to that, and he releases that. Brewer, how he pushes his hips back, does a great job, has great hip pressure, drives in, catches Hadley on his belly, and is able to circle around behind there for another 3-point takedown. So 15-1 right now, and there's a minute 5 left here, and he's going to tilt Hadley up here. And again, you see him using his legs to know exactly where he's at. No points awarded there. He's going to tilt him the other way. Has the left arm of Hadley tied up. Hadley able to kind of work forward there, gets his base underneath him here. And again, he's tough on the top there. Brewer continue to break down here. 39 to go here. 15-1 right now. So Brewer is going to release him and go back on his feet here, and going to try to get another point here and get a tech fall out of it. And Hadley continues to drive in, and you see Brewer scooting, he's going to try to scoot his hips here and get in behind here and pull Hadley forward and get Hadley broken down here. No points awarded here.
8 seconds
Still
to
8
go.
seconds to go here. Hadley's got that leg.
He's got to keep the leg.
Yeah, and he's going to... There he gets 3 as time expired. I'm not sure if time had expired or not, and really it doesn't necessarily matter at that point. So,
well, 5 points for Lewis Central on that tech fall by the Titans. 9-0 Lewis Central with the lead over Atlantic. And we go to 144 pounds, and Aiden Smith wrestling up for Atlantic. Smith normally 138 pounds. He's going to wrestle up at 144. He'll take on Amandius Valentine. So maybe Coach Steph thinks they can get a fall here, Cody.
Well, Valentine looked good in his match against Kuemper, so we'll see what happens here. And you know, these guys are going to meet a bunch more throughout the season at the Hawkeye 10 and some other time. So Smith with a quick takedown right away, goes right here, tries to break him down, tilts him up. Smith able to circle around behind here. Valentine continue to push forward, and Smith's going to scoot him out of bounds, and we're going to come back to the center. 3-0 right now. Smith wants to go on his feet.
Smith, a Northwestern College Orange City commit, signed early this month. Had a nice interview with Aiden Smith. He's had quite a career. Runner-up last weekend at the Council Bluffs Classic. He won the Joe Fitch. He's trying to get that 116 pin career. He tied at 116. He would break it with a 117th pin. Oh, he got flipped there, Cody.
Yeah, he gets himself out of control here, and Smith doing a good job scrambling out of there, and no points awarded. But Valentine, he knows where he's at, and
Smith is definitely the aggressor here and almost aggressed himself out of position at the edge of the mat, but was able to scramble out, as you mentioned. He's up 3-1 here. Look at the hand control. Aiden Smith was the runner-up at the state tournament.
Smith with a deep single. He's able to pull that in. They're trying to get in a scramble position. You see how Smith extends that leg, goes right into a cradle, and he's going to try to stack him up. He keeps that leg. He's going to Turk him forward here. Underneath, he's got the right leg. That right leg slipping through the knee, though, of Smith, and going to be potentially dangerous if he tries to go forward with that.
So right there, he let go of that knee there. Now he's going to lock in the leg.
Yeah,
he's going to break him down if he's going to make that half work.
Yeah, he's going to probably drive it forward here. He's down to under 20 seconds to go, and he's got to be careful he doesn't come out the back here. And he tries to drive forward on down to 8 seconds to go, and Smith just kind of riding this out really high in the high position, but he's got both legs in, so he feels comfortable up there. We're going to go to the second period. 6-1 right now, Aiden Smith with that advantage. It's going to be Lewis Central's choice. He's going to defer. And of course, Atlantic. He's going to go. Of course, he's going to go down.
Of course, he's going to go down. Coach Steph always tells him to go down. Smith, the runner-up his sophomore year, 7th last year at the state wrestling tournament. A 3-time medal winner.
Yeah, quick escape there. Valentine, kind of let him up to his feet. Smith able to turn and face. Goes to that outside single leg there again. This time he dumps the opposite direction. You see how he keeps the legs separated. Yeah. He's going to try to step over that, and again, puts him on his back again. And drives forward.
He's got the tilt.
Tries to reverse here and continues to drive and gets him, but Valentine doing a good job rolling exactly through. Knew that he had the pressure and the momentum, and 10-1 right now. Advantage. And Valentine right on the edge of the mat there, and Smith on top. Smith tries to circle around here, and really not a lot of movement by either wrestler. Smith pulls him out. They're going to come back into the center. Minute to go, second period. 10-1 right now, Aiden Smith.
LC leading 9-0 in the match, but Smith looks like he could put some points on the board for Atlantic if he stays in position here the next 3 minutes. Caution on Smith.
Maybe Smith started just a little bit early there. I think he saw the air coming out of the whistle, but before it made a noise. Again, Smith.
That's how close it was.
Smith, wanting to, he really needs to score a fall here. But Valentine, a tough kid, tough on bottom, and has been in a couple scramble positions. Smith Smith's been able to, get the takedowns, but they haven't been easy. And you see how he's got the left arm peeled out now, and he's going to try to drive forward with that half and stack him up here. And if he can, it's going to be tight. He's got 25 seconds to go here. Valentine holding up here, and Smith continues to work forward here. Now breaks him down off of his base here. Bars an arm up. Scoots his leg in to hold that arm. He's down to 12, 10. He's going to run out of time here, and they're going to go to the third period, and it'll be excuse me. Smith had his choice in that second period, it's going to be
if Valentine have the choice
Valentine's choice here, and he says, well, "What do I do?" And
he's going to go
down.
Yeah, he'll go down. 10-1 in favor of Aiden Smith. 9-0 LC here in this duel against Atlantic, and just the second match here.
And he's, he knows as a senior, and Coach Duff teaches these guys about the bonus points, and he wants a fall. If he gets near fall and doesn't get the fall, it's 5 for the team instead of 6. And
there's the stack.
He rolls over forward for a tilt, and Valentine doing a good job rolling through and fighting that off. And Smith gonna come out front here with the right leg in, gonna go across the body, peels that leg out. Now he's gonna try to sit back here over the top of himself with a tilt. And Valentine just staying in good enough position, and Smith's going to go ahead and release him, and they come back up to their feet. So 10-2 right now. And Smith able to get to that single leg twice and able to finish that shot both times. He tries it there, and Valentine did a good job blocking that shot that time. Smith with good separation. Now he goes to high crotch to a fireman's.
Good deep.
And he gets 3 takedown, but Valentine doing a good job knowing that he doesn't have much time, and Coach Duff says go ahead and release him up here, and he tries to turn into him, and he gets a near side cradle, it looks like, and he's going to try to stack him up here for some near fall, and if he can tighten this up.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be tough on Smith, though, not in good position on that cradle to try to get his back exposed enough. Valentine doing a good job, so he's going to go ahead and release him here, and we got 23 to go here, 13-2, and they're going to call it probably for blood time, I'm guessing, blood time.
And as we they're going to go back to the center. Nope.
They said blood time,
so
he's going.
Yeah, he's going to go. Hey, we'll take a 30-second timeout. Lewis Central 9, Atlantic nothing. Smith up 13-2 here at 144. We're back right after this with Seed Pros.
Our mission is to be your business partner every day of every season.
Pioneer Hybrid International was founded in Iowa back in 1926 and is still American today. Not many other seed providers can make that claim.
We partner with you to continually push the limits by combining elite seed genetics, local infield knowledge, along with customer service second to none.
We are with you from the word go. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, Nick Knudsen, or John Becker to partner with a team that puts your business needs first.
As busy as we all seem to be, no one has time for a breakdown. So here's the key. Pay attention to the early signs of transmission issues. If you notice problems, call 2nd Street Auto. Ignoring these symptoms can only lead to very costly repairs. Check engine light on, knocking, late to shift, stall, or slip. Save yourself the headache and money and get into 2nd Street Auto today. If you run into problems and can't get on the road, 2nd Street Auto is not going to let you down. If you're in the KSOM KS95 listing area, your tow is free. 2nd Street Auto in Atlantic, getting you back on the road and keeping you there. Blood cleanup is over, and we're getting set to go. 20 seconds left. Third period. Smith leading Valentine 13-2. Valentine will be let up here. Nope.
Yeah, he tries to go near side cradle again and scoop it up.
Oh, boy. Smith in trouble.
And Valentine now, trying to work his just across the face just to rub it in a little bit. And Smith going to run out of time here with 3 seconds to go, and it was a good match by both those guys. And
well, Aiden Smith gets the major decision. He gets 4 points for Atlantic. The Trojans on the board. Lewis Central 9-4 now after 2 matches. Aiden Smith did all he could to get a pin and was very aggressive.
Yeah,
twice he got out of position from that.
Yeah, he had no choice but to do that. So, I think Atlantic's probably going to have to bump everybody up because I think Atlantic, if not, Atlantic would be open at 65. So,
yeah, Calvin Hayes is bumping up from 44 now at 150 pounds for the Trojans. Hayes ranked. Go to IARussell.com, and here we go. Hayes and Derek Gregory for Lewis Central.
And we didn't see Gregory the first. No, we did see Gregory.
Yeah, we saw
duel.
Gregory won by a tech fall over Sam Hoffman, 17-0. Calvin Hayes has had a good season as a sophomore so far. He's a competitor. We saw him at Earlham, and he was way down, 10-1?
Yeah, and just doesn't give up.
He doesn't
continues to battle. And
came back and won in overtime.
It's like we saw Shorts, in that first duel. He was down 10-0. A fireman's here by Hayes. Hayes able to kind of circle around here, but you see the leverage that he's trying to do. And
look at there.
Hayes is able to kind of tighten that up, and he needs to take his time here. He's got plenty of time to settle in, keep the arm. He lets the arm go. Going to get 3 near fall is it. 3-point takedown and 3 near fall here, and he's going to go for a tilt right here. And you see him chopping that arm up. You're going to see him go over the top and roll through.
You're right.
And
there it
tilt
is.
him up, and he's got his knee on the side.
Yep. Back points.
We call that bread basket, I guess, is what we call that. You want to keep their body in your bread basket to keep them from rolling through. And he did a good job with that knee, blocking him from rolling through.
Is there a move you don't have an aim for, Cody? I'll tell you, that's what we love about you. The Air Force, we haven't seen that yet today.
And there you go. He tilts him the other direction, but this time he rolls all the way through. Gregory does, and Hayes up 10-0 right now. 22 to go here, and he's got a chicken wing in now, and that's going to be trouble for Gregory. And he's going to work around the head here, and he needs to go forward, keep the arm straight up here, and he's going to run out of time. It looks like.
Walk it. He's going to walk it.
He's got 4 seconds to go here. And he needs
Gregory on his back.
You're going to get 4 near fall, so it's 14. So, and Coach Mans is going, what's the matter with you?
What a first period by the sophomore Calvin Hayes.
This is a choice here that he has to make.
Coach Duff.
And Coach Duff, you see Coach Duff, it's 15-1. There's no choice here. If he goes down and he gets an escape, it's a tech fall. So Coach Duff says, you're going top here and you're going to get a pin. That's the choice.
Yep, good point.
So he's going to try to peel that arm out and finish what he started there in that first period. I mean, you see him getting the chicken wing out there on the right side, and he's got it on, and you see him, he's going to have to continue to battle there, though, and you see you can hear Coach Mans maybe in the background, you need to go. And Hayes breaking him down, going to pick him up, and they're going to be potentially dangerous there. And
Gregory's got to feel like a cavalry is wrestling him. I mean, Hayes has been everywhere in this first period. Unbelievable start, 14-0.
Yeah, and he's got Hayes knows that he's got 1 point to spare here, and he's got to. The problem is if you let him up and take him down, it's a tech fall. So he's going to have to go to a pinning combination if he gets a chance here to take him down. And Gregory looking good on his feet, but that fireman's in the first, and he's got the fireman's exactly again.
Oh, good call,
and he's going to circle. He's going to continue to circle ahead, and he did the exact same thing last time.
He's got to be careful.
Gregory pushing in here. Hayes releases that arm, and Gregory comes around behind here for a 3-point takedown.
14-4 now. Hayes with the lead, and Gregory with the point for Lewis Central.
And he's trying to tilt up Hayes here and peels out the right arm here.
Remember, Gregory will have the choice of the third period.
And he tries to get that leg in, and good job by Hayes blocking that right leg from going in.
27 seconds on the clock, and Gregory now riding. 14-4, Hayes with a 10-point lead, but Gregory.
And he still wants to try to get that right leg in, and Hayes so far doing a good job. And Hayes needs to come up here and at least get an escape to start here. And he tries to work his way in. You see him pull him out of bounds. And I mean, sometimes that's a stall call, especially in college. That would definitely be a stall call. And high school seems to be going more towards the college rules. But Hayes will go back down here with 5.9 to go, and he's going to try to get an escape here. Tries a switch. Good job by Gregory there.
That's it, second period.
Sitting back through the...
Hayes ranked 6th in the state in 2A at 144. Wrestling up at 150. He's up 14-4. Both on the feet here to start the third period.
Gregory chose to go on his feet here. And, you know, Hayes had that fireman's, but Gregory able to kind of work out of it here now. And collar tie by Gregory. And, again, Hayes is kind of where he wants to be with the control of that right elbow. If he can drop down here and finish that shot. But both wrestlers kind of, again, tying up a little bit. Gregory driving in. Hayes working on inside tie here so he can get decent control of that wrist or elbow, excuse me, if he's going to go here. Shot attempt there by Gregory. Now a near side cradle there, attempt by... And Hayes with the fireman's again, trying to circle. He needs to come up with that single leg. He drops down, continues to circle, and Gregory tries to come around behind here. And Hayes is right now has the advantage, but Gregory reaching up over the top, getting him off balance there. Hayes is going to lose that leg here pretty quick. Continues to grip it, but has a tough time keeping his hips up where he needs to be to get any leverage to pick that up and elevate it. And it's going to be a stalemate.
Still 14-4. Hayes with the lead with 46 seconds to go. Back on their feet. Hayes trying to get that pin early and avoided the tech fall.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely opposite of, not completely opposite of what we normally see, but a lot of times Hayes you'll see come back at the end, and this time he had that huge lead, and Gregory able to get that takedown later, and Hayes is kind of sprawled out there on his belly. He's got to be able to pull his knees up and, have enough leverage to pull that leg in and finish that shot.
The thing is, Cody, both these guys are in good condition. I mean, they've been going 90 mile an hour here.
Yeah, down to
about 5 minutes.
15 seconds to go here, and this is big. I mean, you want to score again if you can, and it's really more important to not get scored on and, keep the major decision. It's 10-point right now. Hayes continues to drive in, works his way up.
Got the three. 17-4 Hayes. He jumped out to a 14-0 lead in the first period. He was all over the place, and he picks up 4 points for Atlantic, and now it's a 9-8 match. Kuemper with a 1-point lead. Atlantic has won his 2 consecutive matches, both major decisions. Smith at 138, moving to 144, got a major decision out of 150. It was Calvin Hayes, the sophomore, with the major decision. And we go to 157 pounds. Harder is out. Jaden Harder for Atlantic. Isaac Bates of Lewis Central.
Yeah, and we saw Bates earlier in a match, and I believe he was maybe listed. Or was he listed as? He was listed as the varsity wrestler.
Yeah, he was 32nd at the Classic over the weekend. 7th at the Andy Davidson DCG Invite. He wrestles some Greco too over the spring. We'll see what Harder can do here. Harder's also ranked.
Circling around behind here and continues, needs to peel, hook his wrist here. Not the wrist. He needs to hook that right ankle of Bates and continue to circle here. Cross face across the face, break that lock, and he's got the lock broke. He's behind here, but he needs to keep the leverage and the weight on. There he gets the 3-point takedown, gets back behind the hips, is able to pick him up, elevate him, return him to the mat for that 3-point, and kind of gets a little bit more control over what he had there for a little bit. He's also a tilter. You'll see him shove that left elbow in and kind of go up over the top, and he's going to try to pick Bates up here, elevate him, and pull him out of bounds, and almost into a tilt position there, and they go out of bounds. They come back to the center. And
Harder ranked 9th in the state at 150 pounds. Everybody wrestling up today. You're 157. 3-0 lead for Harder on that takedown. Here in this first period, he's going to cover the top.
Yeah, and a real nice switch there and kind of a re-switch, but he's got his leg caught, so it's kind of a similar position to what he was into before. Bates releases that leg, and Harder gets kind of behind him here. He's got the left arm tied up, so he's going to go kind of a cross body and tilt here, and you see Bates reaching back trying to peel that. It doesn't come up to his knees because he knows he's going to get rolled over the top of. Down to 30 to go here in the first period. Deep waist by Harder now on the right side, trying to peel the left arm out, either chicken wing or get it inside so he can get a tilt here. And Harder has it picked up, and he's going to call it for potentially dangerous. You can't trap the arm when you return the wrestler to the mat. So it used to be that you could trap their arm and slam them down pretty good. And probably 3 or 4 years ago, they said no more trapping arms and returning kids to the mat. So, and again, Harder doing a good job right there, riding him tough here. With 5 to go, ride this out and go to the second period.
9-8, Lewis Central with the lead here in this duel. Carter Shores defeated Braxton Haas by a 10-1. Made a decision to start the match at 32. And then Jackson Brewer defeated Carter Hadley by a tech fall. Made it 9-0 LC, but Atlantic had wins from Aiden Smith by a major decision at 44, and Hayes with a major decision at 50.
Yeah, and Bates chose neutral here in this position, and you see a fireman's there by Harder. Harder's going to want to try to get that right arm through. If he gets his right arm through, he'll be okay. He's trying to scoot the hips around and get the right arm through, or stay in a fireman's here, and you see the scoot, and Harder doing a great job of grabbing that leg. He's going to get the arm across, and he's got to get behind him here, and another takedown here for Harder. And both wrestlers, Harder doing a good job, and he's got that arm tied up now, and you see Bates kind of bellying out, and he knows that the tilt's coming. They're going to go out of bounds with 1:19 to go here.
Jaden Harder, the sophomore, leading 6-0 over Isaac Bates of Lewis Central. Bates goes down with. Check that.
Harder says, "Let's go neutral again."
Yeah,
The 6-1 advantage right now. Harder with 1:19 to go here, and comfortable on his feet, tying up the wrist there, and again a lot of backing up there by Lewis Central. No calls there, and a nice shot, but Harder sprawling out here. Ties up the arm, needs to get his hips back out of the way, use his hands to push back on the legs, and he does a good job. You don't want to get that arm underneath the head caught, though, and that's one of Coach Duff's things, that when you sprawl, you never underhook because that arm can be trapped, and that's irritating. You see him trying to push hip in, get him broke down. He's going to do exactly what he did before. He steps over. Now he goes cross-face. If he can keep that leg, that Turk, he's going to continue to drive forward. He's we lost that leg, but he's got 28 seconds here to kind of circle the head here. It's 9-1 right now. Still 20 seconds to go in the second period. Harder over Bates, Harder of Atlantic over Bates of Lewis Central, and just going to kind of ride it out here. He kind of goes underneath here, goes over the head, and it'll be Harder's choice here. And you're sure that he's going to go down in that bottom position to start the third period. So he's trying to, again, work on tilting a little bit, but he knows that as soon as he goes to that tilt position, Bates is going to belly out. So Harder goes down in the third period here. He's got that 9-1 advantage right now.
Atlantic with 2 straight major decisions to get back in at 9-8. And Harder working on that here. Yeah, he's going to get out easily.
Switch attempt there.
Yeah, he's got the one.
He's going to try to switch. He gets one.
Nice. He's going to get the 3.
He didn't call it a. And Harder, you can see settling in right here, and he's going to try to keep those legs and try to stack him up. Reach back with the right arm, come across the face. You see him reaching back, and he's going to want to try to, if he can, peel that forward and expose that back. That's exactly what he's trying to do, and Bates is able to belly out. So it's just a 2-point reversal rather than a takedown. Harder releases him and pushes him out of bounds, and 11-2 now. A shot attempt there by Bates, kind of bellies out. Harder's going to circle around the same way, drives into him, hips over the top here. He's got the arm trapped, and he needs to keep that arm, go across the face, and just peel it.
And he needs to take his time. He's got a lot of time. There it is!
Yeah, but he needs to keep the arm, and he should have maybe stayed on the other side to have the leverage. It's going to be a tech fall.
Yeah,
so it's a good match by Jaden Harder.
And Harder, with that tech fall, gives Atlantic the lead now, 13-9 over Lewis Central. Atlantic has won 3 straight here, Cody. LC jumped out to a 9-0 lead with wins by Shorse and Brewer, but then Aiden Smith with a major. Calvin Hayes with a major. And now Jaden Harder at 157 with a tech fall. Atlantic up 13-9. We go to 165 pounds. So Draven Smith of Atlantic and Alex Gravy of Lewis Central. You're at 65 pounds. Both on their feet, so sparring here early.
And Gravy had, quite a bit of leverage in that last match, and he's a little bit longer, lankier here too. Nice deep shot there by Smith, but Smith not able to kind of pull that in. And you see Gravy with that hip pressure kind of come around behind Smith, trying to hook that leg, and Smith still holding on with the right hand. They're going to go out of bounds. No, and Gravy able to kind of come around behind her. Chops the left arm, deep waist on the right side. Keeps his foot in. Keeps his foot in here, and again, peeling.
Gravy won by fall over Heinrichs of Kuemper in his first match tonight.
Smith
he's able to get a
scramble position there.
Under a minute to go, first period, and Smith with the one.
And Smith really needs to stay in a good position here, and he's got long legs and everything, so he's got to stay low. He's pretty well exposed there. A quick ankle pick attempt there by Smith. Got 35 seconds to go here in the first period.
Atlantic up 13-9. 4 matches in. Gravy leading here 3-1, and again, there's a shot.
Yeah, that's kind of the same shot that he shot before, but again, he gets himself sprawled out there, but this time he's able to bring it around. But
he's got to keep that leg.
Yeah, and he's kind of where he was at before, where he lost him, but the problem is that...
Yeah, 3 for Gravy here, Cody, even though he had the leg.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But let's see, he reaches over the head here.
Yeah, that was...
Well, you can do a reverse cradle from that position, but when you're down on your stomach, it's hard to get any leverage there if you reach back for the head. And then again, they teach the little kids don't do that ever. Don't ever reach back.
But they want to. They always want to.
It's so natural.
Blood timeout.
I just want to get a hold of something.
Got to hang on to something. Hey, we'll take a 30-second timeout. We've got a blood timeout. We're back right after this.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
There's nothing better than the Rolling Hills crops and pasture here in Iowa. We here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust are dedicated to keeping our local farms going strong. We have experienced leaders in the ag industry who will partner with you and come alongside you to see you through the tough times and help you celebrate the good times. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust is big enough to handle all your banking needs, yet small enough to know you by name. Stop in and talk to one of our dedicated loan officers to see what we can do for you at one of our 12 area locations. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
And we're back to action here as blood time is over. Draven Smith riding right now, 6-3 in favor of Gravy.
Quick reversal there. And Smith with those long, lanky legs, has a leg in here, and Maybe this is something he worked on over summer, but it always makes me nervous, leg riders. My kids were not leg riders,
No.
and I was not a leg rider. But there's kids that can do it, and he tries to tilt him up, so great job there by Smith. Kind of sitting back here, minute 15 to go here, and he's trying to tie that arm up.
Well,
And
it's got in trouble there, Cody.
Well, it's just almost a suicide type. They call it a suicide type tilt there where you trap that left arm. And
more blood. More time to go to our sponsors. We're back right after this.
Agency offers in-town school transportation for Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan, and Glenwood children. Parents are able to rest easy knowing all their children from preschoolers to teenagers will make it to school every day safely and on time. Let SWITA take kids to school for only $1.50 per child per trip. For more information or to register your child, visit SWITA.com or call 800-842-8065. My SWITA, my ride.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robinson with Cody Weaver in the play-by-play. 1:07 to go here in this second period at 100. And Smith is back on the mat at 165 pounds. Gravy still being attended to.
Yeah, and they cut the blood time, so I'm not sure they must.
I saw that.
Looks like he's hot. Coach Neiman's kind of fanning him a little bit. I'm sure just to get the blood dry.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. Here we go. 1:07 to go in the second period.
Smith right away, really good deep waist there. Peels that right arm out. He's going to try to get it out there, and you see and good job by Smith. Again, goes to that left side again. Tries to chop. Long, lanky kid. Able to get the leg in again. Kind of settles across the body there. Tries to go forward here. Loses the leg. 41 seconds to go here, and he's going to try a tilt again. And again, no success. Lewis Central really doing a good job on the bottom. When they get that left arm tied up, they know, hey, I just got to go down here. And Smith could end up pinning himself here, so he's got to be very careful. And if he's got to do something, he's got to tighten that up to where he gets the opponent to roll with him when he does that. So going to go out of bounds and come back to the center.
18 seconds to go. 6-3 Gravy. Graven Smith will cover for Atlantic on top.
Yeah, and Smith with an escape, and Smith with a reversal here.
Yeah.
So he's got to feel, I mean, he doesn't feel good because he's trailing by 3, but, you know, he's had some offense here and been successful with offense. So we'll see in the third period here what happens and who chooses what. So, again, Gravy.
The choice is going to be red. It's going to be Lewis Central's choice. He's going to go neutral here to start the third. Gravy up 6-3. Atlantic up 13-9 in the duel.
Yeah, and Smith, again, needs to stay in a good wrestling position. Stay down, not stood up, because his legs get exposed. Gravy kind of just pushing in, which what he normally does, and Smith going to try to roll him through. And in this situation, you want to just continue to battle. Minute 43 to go here in the third period. Smith trails 6-3, has the opportunity here to tie it up with a takedown. And Gravy with the slide-by attempt there, and Smith tries to continue with the fireman's there. Smith steps over here. That could be a takedown, though, for Lewis Central, as he's got the inside leg there. If he reaches, lets go of the left.
He doesn't have that leg too tight. Oh, he got it, Cody. He got it.
Smith with a takedown here, and Coach, oh boy, this is a battle. Minute 5 to go here
6-6
in the third
tie.
period. Smith really has been trying to tilt, do a bunch of stuff on top and not had any success. So you see him trying to sit back here in a tilt position, and no success here. So he's trying to do a power half here. He steps over the front here, and there's no success again. And again, at some point, the guy on bottom's got to do something besides completely do defensive stuff here. And Smith now with a power half on the left side, and he needs to just continue to torque that, but he's getting awful high here. He's got to keep those legs in. and continue to turn here. Smith really torquing right now, and Gravy's trying to, he needs to continue to go forward. He's got to go forward. He's got to scoot forward. He's got 13 seconds to go here.
He's got back points, baby.
No points awarded yet, though, Tom.
Nope, you're going to get him.
There he goes. He got the back points. 2 seconds left, and he gets back points. 4-point near fall for Smith.
Unbelievable.
10-6 advantage for Smith.
That was a mat we want to go back to. Maybe the pivotal mat here in this duel. How about Smith?
He just continued to work, and you got a little bit of confidence there in the first period and was down. And I think Coach Mans is just as mad as what Gravy is there. So
Draven Smith with the win puts Atlantic up 16-9. Unbelievable. Smith with the decision, and he did it at the end of the match. What an effort. David Smith wins 10-6 by decision, and we go to 175 pounds. Callan Cleaver from Atlantic and Chance Chappelle from Lewis Central.
Yeah, Chappelle was, pretty handy in his first match. Shorter, stockier kid, but really strong.
What a match by Smith. Puts Atlantic up by 7.
Yeah, and he's gonna. Yeah, and he just basically elevates Cleaver, takes Cleaver to his back, and is gonna get the fall there. So
Chappelle with a pin in 29 seconds over Cleaver.
So now we got Mungie coming up, correct?
We've got Donovan Hedrington at 190. Atlantic up by a point, 16-15. So Donovan will come out for the Trojans at 190 pounds. We'll get LC's 90-pounder here in a moment. 16-15 Atlantic with a 1-point lead. And Chappelle with a quick pin. They rebounded nicely for the Titans after Smith. I would call that upset for Smith.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell when they're moving weights like that, but for sure Smith was giving up the weight there. And this is Paxton Blanchard.
You bet.
Blanchard of Lewis Central here.
190. We start at 132.
You know, I mean, and you look at the lineup here, I would have to definitely go advantage. It's hard to say. There's still a lot of duel left, but
it depends on who wrestles at 6.
Well, I mean, at 6, it looks like it's going to be the kid that wrestled against Kuemper, and Keaton Schrader had not wrestled him before, so Mans is either going to be at 13 or 20, and that leaves. And I think Porter's hurt tonight. It looks like with his right knee, so I don't think you'll see him wrestle tonight. So that'll open up that weight.
Got Sorensen coming up at 285 for Atlantic. No score here as Hedrington putting on the pressure on their feet. And 105 to go in the first period. 16-15 Atlantic with the lead.
Yeah, and Hedrington likes to be in there underhook or overhook, either way you look at it. And he's not afraid to, get a hip in there. There's not going to be a lot of shots. He's got to be careful in some of these bigger guys. So Donovan's kind of did a great job there defensively.
Boy, did he ever.
Got his hips back away from the opponent and able to keep control of the wrist and push the wrist away to separate himself from the opponent.
35 seconds to go here in this first period. Hedrick 13th over the weekend at the Council Bluffs Classic in that gold bracket. He was well on his way to the semifinals.
Yeah, he's got a kind of an overhook on that side, so he's not too afraid to get in there, but again, tried a near side trip there, didn't have success, lost some of that control there.
Paxton Blanchard won by a fall in the Kuemper match. We're going to end this period scoreless. That'll be it here in the first period. Well,
yeah, and he about got Hedrington about got caught. I mean,
about called that too quick. Yeah.
Well, he tried almost a fireman's error, and you're going to see Hedrington go down here to start this second period.
Donovan's dad comes alive next to you, Cody. Coach Hedrington on his feet.
He's in deep thought over there.
Yes, he is.
Nice, quick switch kind of attempt there, and Blanchard releases Hedrington back to his feet. So 1-0 right now. We go back to our feet. We spent 2 minutes there before, and there was some scrambling positions, and I think Hedrington hopefully learned that on the firemen's there. If you're going to do the firemen's, you got to be maybe a little bit deeper, and time was expired there. So 1:30 to go now, second period. Hedrington likes that inside tie, and Blanchard likes to push in, and Blanchard basically just pushing in a little bit here, and nice kind of pass there by Blanchard, and they're going to come back to the center here. So 1:17 here.
Blanchard finished 6th overall at that Classic over the weekend. Pretty evenly matched group right here, Cody.
Yeah, and I don't know if they both wrestled the same weight over at Council Bluffs, or
I don't know. We'd have to go back and check where they did match up. Oh, there's nice scramble by Hedrington.
Really a good job knowing exactly where he was at, and he's got enough upper body strength. He was able to push Blanchard away, and again, this one you'd want to be kind of careful on and not push in a bunch. Both guys are trying inside here, and you see Hedrington controlling that wrist. Some separation here, and Blanchard trying to push in here, and they're going to go out of bounds. So 37 now. 37 seconds to go in the second period. 1-0 right now. Hedrington with that lead. Been some good scrambles on their feet, both periods here. And Hedrington's going to have to take a shot, or he's going to get called for stalling, for backing out. And Blanchard, on the other hand, as official, that a lot of times he's just pushing. He's not necessarily trying anything. But if he's taking some shots there, and you continue to see Hedrington back up a little bit, but they're doing a good job right now circling. 12 seconds to go here. Hedrington's got an underhook here. You see he's comfortable in that position, and he's got to be careful here. You see Hedrington extend his leg. And time expires here. Basically 1 second left in that second period. He got taken down. So 3-1 right now. Blanchard with that advantage here. So
190 pounds.
And Blanchard's going to go down in this third period.
16-15, Atlantic with a 1-point lead. And Blanchard up 3-1 here as he had the choice going down.
And Hedrington with a kind of a cross-face cradle attempt there. Does a good job breaking him down. It looks like he's going to try to put a leg in. He gets too high and goes ahead and releases him back to his feet. So
4-1. Blanchard with the lead now. 1:39 to go. Hedrington needs to get a throw here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be careful. He's living his arm up like that. So another 3-point here, and coaches are saying, let him go, let him go, let him go. They want that major decision. So,
and that's what happened is Hedrington let go at 7-2 now. Blanchard with the lead with 1:15 to go.
And Hedrington's
nice
he's got to hold on here. It's going to be a stalemate if he just holds on. He can't let Blanchard's right arm get out, and he did. He's got to, he had the right idea trying to keep his body in there tight, but as soon as that right arm comes through, it's control. So it's 10-2 right now as a major, and there's 54 seconds to go. So Hedrington needs to escape. It'll be a 4-point win at this point. You can see him trying to peel out Hedrington's right arm into a chicken wing. 40 to go. Hedrington scooting a little bit, and Blanchard just he's happy just settling there and riding it out. He knows he's got a major, and 30 seconds to go. Hedrington reaches back a little bit. He's got a belly out here, and now he's working on that. He's settling in here, chicken wing on Hedrington, and Hedrington's going to have to fight this for 20 seconds to avoid any more points scored here or a fall.
To get an escape to save a point.
Yeah, and he's got 5 seconds to go here now, and
here he goes. He
couldn't quite get it, and no points awarded. So a major decision there.
That'll put Lewis Central up 19-16. Paxton Blanchard with a 10-2 major decision over Donovan Hedrington. 285-pounders coming up.
Well, we got 215, 285.
215, excuse me.
So it'll be Traven Thomas, and he's going to be taking on Mungie, and he's going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah. LC up by 3, 19-16. And a great match here.
For Lewis Central, it's Joseph Monge. He'll face off against the Atlantic freshman, Traven.
And it's, we got the 285, so it's going to come down to those little guys.
Yep.
The 6, 13, and 20.
Here we go at 215.
And Mungie, really kind of built about the same body style here. He goes upper body hook right now, and Traven doing a good job kind of knowing where he was at. He's going to try to tilt him up here or work on a fall right on the outside edge of the mat here. Power half attempt there by Mungie. Mungie releases that now, goes 2-on-1 on the right hand. Half on the left side now. Going to stand up, and he keeps one in bounds. They're going to come back to the center here. So Traven goes back down in that bottom position, and Lewis Central wants to go neutral here. So 3-1 right now. And again, Mungie just a real quick wrestler right to that outside single. Able to take him down. Take Thomas down. He's going to work on you see him working on a kind of an arm bar there. Switches to a half. Thomas doing an okay job fighting that off right now, and he just takes his hand and peels that head underneath here and stacks Thomas up on his back. So,
well, 25-16. LC with the 9-point lead after the major decision. Now the fall. We owe you a station identification. We're back right after this.
7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Well, Atlantic just picked up 12 points on 2 4-foots at 285. And now Schrader picks up a 4-foot at 106. Now Atlantic bounces back ahead 28-25. We go to 113. Colin Harris will step on the mat for Atlantic. So that's an interesting turn of events there, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, it's, Lewis Central had some of their lighter weight backup guys warming up, and now they're bringing out their big boys. So you see Porter up he's warming up here for 20, so it's going to come down to 13 and 20 here.
Colin Harris ranked at 113. Xander Mance of Lewis Central. 120 to 126 yet to go. Atlantic up by 3, 28-25. A whistle and a time.
I think, looking back at last year, Mans, they kind of brought Mans out to wrestle Tay Jordan, and he beat Tay, I believe. And he was their JV guy all last year behind Porter, and Porter ended up second at state. So Mans is very qualified, and Harris has improved a lot, and Mans is just able to kind of come out the back door there. Harris needs to continue to hold on to those ankles and keep that from separating there and stay in a stalemate there, and Harris doing a great job right there on those ankles. Going to cause a stalemate, and you see the coach trying to push to go which direction, and good job by Colin Harris there on that scramble to get that.
He's just a smart wrestler. He knows where he's at. Wrestled up last year to 120. Could have wrestled at 106, but couldn't find his spot there, and still had a winning record at 120. And now I find he settles into a weight he's comfortable with at 13. Ranked in 3A at 13. ranked number 10 in Class 2A. 45 seconds to go here in the first period. So Atlantic picked up 12 points on a couple of forfeits by Lewis Central.
Yeah, and Mann's, real quick in his first match here and taking a little bit more time. And Harris doing a good job defensively. They're going to go out of bounds here and come back to the center.
Harris races back to the center.
Just need to make sure we get a decent shot and able to finish that shot. Mans is, giving him some opportunities with those slide bys. If you could drop into a single and get that single, if you know it's coming, but you don't know what direction Mans is going, and Harris so far has done a great job on the defensive side of that.
We're going to run out of time here in the first period, Cody.
Yep.
And surprising those scores. Mans trying to single their lead. Well, the flip, we'll see who gets it. It's going to be Harris. He's going to take down.
Going to go down that bottom position here, the second period.
Mans will cover on the right side.
Tries to, he's basically deep waist, kind of working up front, over the top of the body. Thigh pry, it looks like, by Mans, trying to get the left leg in. You see Harris reaching up for the head, trying to pull him up over the top, and Mans is awful high,
man. Yeah.
But he just got his leg in there, and then he kind of gets to sprawl out, calling Harris on the bottom there, and Mans really trying to work out front there, and Harris doing a good job trying to mule kick that leg out, and that's what they teach you as a wrestler. You have to mule kick those leg riders out. And Harris right now is in good position. He's got that leg. He needs to keep that leg of Mans, and he's got that inside leg. And you'll see Harris try to scoot his legs here, his hips out. Mans did a good job hooking that, though, hooking the ankle of Harris. But Harris did a good job of keeping that leg from going in. So Harris is going to try to turn and face here, but his right leg is tied up by Mans. Mans able to come back around behind here and kind of maintain that control. And he's going to try to tilt up Harris here, and Harris doing a good job peeling those hands underneath. Avoid any contact there. And right there he goes for kind of a cross-face cradle. Deep waist now on the left side. And Harris doing a good job on bottom, wrist control and fighting those hands off. 37 to go here. And as you see Harris kind of come down a little bit there, trying to get Mans off balance. And Mans is completely comfortable being clear out high there on the head.
He's got those legs hooked.
Yeah, and he's trying to get underneath Harris's neck, to continue to go forward here and choke him out, and get some back points.
But Harris needs to take advantage of that down position, at least try to get a one, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's got 9 seconds to do it. And his Mans will go down, I'm sure, on the third period. And time runs out here in the second, and we're still scoreless. A little surprised at that?
No, not necessarily.
Not really.
I mean, Mans he's wrestled a lot, and Harris has wrestled a lot, and he's a leg rider, and it's tough, So Mans will go down here, and we'll see if Harris can keep him down and, maybe get some quick back points and then maintain control here. Harris right now, heavy pressure, goes opposite ankle pick and takes Mans down. Got a half Nelson on the left side here. Mans comes back up to his feet. Harris releases him back on their feet. Minute 40 to go here. And really, Harris, that was a smart move by Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get called for stalling if you ride that out too long. So a good move by him. So now it's time to go to work on our feet. It's 1-0 right now. Mans with that lead. Mans had a shot, one decent shot there at the end of the first period, but not able to finish it. And Harris has, had some decent shots too, but he's got to be able to finish those shots. And he lets Mans in on that deep single again. Mans just takes him right down. He's going to keep that leg. He keeps the leg of Harris, and he's going to try to turk forward, and he gets Harris turned over a little bit. Harris does a good job bellying out, but Mans has got that leg. You see him rolling Harris back over his back, and he's going to get some near fall there, and he's going to try to. He's got that Turk leg, and then he can sit there for another 50 seconds or release it, and you can see he's kind of Harris doing a good job peeling that arm off of his neck. And that's a tight
Yeah.
position when you get that leg and your body's twisted over. You have no leverage. You can see Mann's now kind of adjusting that leg, and Harris doing a good job as much as he can. So, and Harris has got to fight this for us to have a shot here at the duel. And he's doing a good job keeping that left shoulder blade up and doing a nice job bridging. We're down to 13 seconds here, and Harris is doing a great job there on bottom, just avoiding the pin. It's going to be it is a major, though, decision, though, for Lewis Central, and time's going to expire.
Well, a couple of ranked wrestlers going at it. Xander Mance, third ranked at 106, wrestling up at 113. Colin Harris ranked 10th in Class 2 at 113. And now Lewis Central takes a 29-28 lead as we go to 120 pounds. Good match.
And this will be Weston Porter, your runner-up here last year in 3A, taking on Betts of Atlantic here at 120.
120 and 126 remaining here in this match with Lewis Central and Atlantic. Kuemper and Atlantic will wrestle next, the finale here, the nightcap. They go by the teams that are furthest away. Wrestle first two matches in Council Bluffs, 5 miles closer than Carroll.
And this has lasted a lot longer, honestly, than what I thought it would.
Yeah.
Real heavy up front there. Near side cradle for Weston Porter. Rolls Betts over on his back, has his shoulder blades exposed. Betts doing a good job, though, bellying out there, getting.
Porter.
Looks like it's maybe going to be blood time, or I'm not sure why they stopped it.
Porter
maybe the headgear came undone.
Porter is limping, Cody. You mentioned that knee wrapped.
Yeah, his right knee is.
Yeah, but maybe he's just going to get it out tonight for LC.
Well, he has no choice, I don't think, honestly.
He's third ranked. Mans is, or Porter,
and he's just he's gonna throw Betts here.
Yep.
He's just working on setting it up,
there
and
it is.
Tosses him to his back here, and
Porter got a pin.
So it's
35-28.
Yep, and I can see a forfeit coming up here at 126. So Atlantic will get 6 there. It's going to be 35-34, it looks like. And again, we talked about the movement of everybody, and Atlantic, they competed really well.
Yeah, they did.
Moving all their kids up. You see some of those, sophomores and everything moving up a weight. I mean, Braxton moving up to take on Shorse, and everybody moving up to fill that empty weight class. And so it was a good competitive duel, and Lewis Central's tough from top to bottom.
35-34. LC wins by 1 over Atlantic here in the much anticipated match here tonight. We'll be back to recap this one and get ready for Kuemper and Atlantic. That's coming up next.
Start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. Or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for
At
you.
Oak Point Wealth Management, we're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Visit www.oakpointwealth.com, 712-207-3521 to learn more about how Oak Point Wealth Management can help you pursue your financial goals.
Welcome back to Atlantic as Kuemper beats Atlantic 35-34. And the night
Lewis Central.
Lewis Central of Atlantic. Thank you, Cody. I'm looking ahead here. Lewis Central of Atlantic 35-34. And LC beat Kuemper earlier 65-12. Cody, we've got to go with our match of the meet, brought to you by State Farm. Elvis Haas, your local good neighbor. We're back with the match of the meet right after this from Elvis Haas of State Farm Insurance.
There, maybe one of the most known slogans in America. What does it mean to me as your local State Farm agent, Elvis Haas? It means being able to speak to your agent. It's also being able to understand what you're paying your hard-earned money for. My team and I aren't new to customer service, and we're here to help you with your auto, home, life, farm, business, health, as well as financial services. See Elvis Haas State Farm on Facebook or at our location, 1/2 block west of the courthouse, 712-243-4824.
Welcome back to Atlantic and the match of the meet coming up. Elvis Haas sponsoring the match of the meet. Elvis Haas, your good local good neighbor from State Farm Insurance. And I think I know who you're going to go with, and I want to let you take it. I don't want to steal your thunder, Cody.
All those kids, they really battled hard. But to me, Draven Smith was
absolutely.
It was lights out. I mean, he was down, 6-3 maybe or something, and got the 3 points towards the end and just continued to battle. And he had so much confidence, and that's what you want to see in growth in kids. So, I mean, to me, that was the match of the meet, I would say, for this duel.
And I would call that maybe an upset as far as that goes.
Yeah,
and,
it was a good confidence builder. For him, especially wrestling up a little bit.
Yeah.
But now the problem is he's going to want to eat and wrestle heavier.
Yeah.
So
let's take a look at the final results here. Kuemper jumped out to a 9-0 lead at 1:32 is where we started. Carter Shores of Lewis Central won by a 10-1 decision over Braxton Haas of Atlantic. 1:38 to Jackson Brewer of LC over Carter Hadley of Atlantic by Tech Fall, and they led 9-0. But then Atlantic put a string of wins together. Aiden Smith, Calvin Hayes, Jaden Harder, and Draven Smith all picked up wins to put Atlantic in the lead. Aiden Smith at 144 wrestling up. Won by a 13-4 major decision over Valentine. Mendeas Valentine gave Atlantic 4 points. Calvin Hayes, he came out and led 14-0 early in his match. He ended up winning 17-4 at 150. That tacked 4 more on. Atlantic trailed by 1. Atlantic took the lead on Jaden Harder. Tech fall over Isaac Bates. And then Atlantic at that point led 13-9. Draven Smith added 3 more points to make it 16-9. Draven Smith over Alex Gravy and Lewis Central by a 10-6 decision. And the Trojans looking tough here through 165. At 175, then the Lewis Central got back to work. It was Chance Chappelle over Callan Cleaver of Atlantic by a fall in 32 seconds. Paxton Blanchard able to win by a 10-2 major decision over Donovan Hedrington of Atlantic. And then at 2:15, Joseph Manji over Traven Thomas of Atlantic by a fall in 108. Evan Sorensen won by a forfeit at 285 pounds. Keaton Schrader, Atlantic's flyweight at 106, won by a forfeit. And then at 113, Xander Mance defeated Colin Harris of Atlantic. A couple of ranked wrestlers, Mance in 3A and Harris ranked 10th in Class 2A. And it was Mance with a 8-0 major decision here over Colin Harris. And then at 120, Weston Porter of Lewis Central, third ranked in 3A, defeated Mason Betts of Atlantic by a fall in 41 seconds. And then at 126, Atlantic won by a forfeit. And the match ended up 35-34. Lewis Central with the win over Atlantic. And our match of the meet brought to you by State Farm. Ellis Haas, your local good neighbor. That goes to Draven Smith, as Cody mentioned, as he battled Alex Gravy of Lewis Central and won that by a 10-6 decision. Well, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout and get set for Atlantic and Kuemper, the final match in our triangular coverage here tonight from Atlantic. We're back right after these.
It is that time of the year again. You're busy shopping for your loved ones, going to holiday parties, or trying to avoid your in-laws, and you don't know what you're going to eat today. Well, to keep your stomach full and to take on your busy day, make sure to stop into Olson's BP in Atlantic and grab a pizza from Godfather's Pizza. This December, buy any large pizza and get a free 2-liter of soda. Limit of 3. Don't allow food to be another strain on your holiday season, Godfather's Pizza is here for you. Godfather's Pizza and Olson's BP in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
Cass Health is happy to introduce Dr. Jill Polpeter. Dr. Polpeter is a board-certified family medicine physician who provides care for all ages.
I just want my patients to sit in my exam room and just feel comfortable telling me whatever they need to tell me. I really try to be your partner. I don't tell you what to do, but I will give my guidance and my advice, and then we can kind of decide the plan together.
To make an appointment with Dr. Polpeter, call Cass Health at 712-243-2850.
Randy, we need to do a Christmas ad. Tell everyone Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I just love doing these ads.
Okay.
It's a Christmas miracle. I think she has the spirit.
I believe she does. We better do it quickly.
That's enough out of you Grinches. Just say Merry Christmas, Dad.
Merry Christmas.
You too, new guy.
My name is Alec, and Merry Christmas.
Randy.
Merry Christmas from all of us at Atlantic and Audubon Ag and Auto, and a Happy New Year.
Grinches. I work with Grinches.
Merry Christmas at your Atlantic Hy-Vee. This week, we have Hy-Vee corner green beans, 59 cents a can. Sara Lee honey or butter bread, $2.99 each. Progresso soup, $1.99 each. Club or Townhouse crackers, $3.48 each. Road cinnamon rolls, $4.98 each. AE dairy eggnog, $4.88 each. Pillsbury pie crusts, only $3.68, and that's definitely not all. And as always, thank you for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Happy holidays. Yes, it is that time of the year again. You're busy shopping for your loved ones, going to holiday parties, or trying to avoid your in-laws, and you don't know what you're going to eat today. Well, to keep your stomach full and to take on your busy day, make sure to stop into Olson's BP in Atlantic and grab a pizza from Godfather's Pizza. This December, buy any large pizza and get a free 2-liter of soda. Limit of 3. Don't allow food to be another strain on your holiday season. Godfather's Pizza is here for you. Godfather's Pizza and Olson's BP in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
And welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Roberts along with Cody Weaver as Atlantic and Kuemper will score off here the nightcap. LC will head home and really impressed with the Titans. 65-12 win over Kuemper Catholic and 35-34 win over Atlantic. And Kuemper and Atlantic break this one down for us.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the biggest match is probably going to be, Neppel from Kuemper. Yeah. He looked pretty tough in that duel, and he took on Shores, and Shores ended up winning that, but he had his hands full. So it'd be interesting to see if we go back to just everybody wrestling their own weight, or there's some advantage for what we did in the first duel, because again you're going to see you obviously want to win the dual Hawkeye 10 and you want to win the individual Hawkeye 10 tournament both, but where you don't meet each other now and you meet each other later, you get to see how they wrestle an opponent of yours and what they do. So we'll see how this duel goes.
And Kuemper should have a couple of open weights, I believe, in this.
Yeah, they're going to be open at 6 and 13. And we should start, I believe, at 138.
138 now. Yeah, we started at 26-32 and now 138 pounds. Here we'll take a quick timeout. We're back with Atlantic and Kuemper next.
Is your business, but there are times when you need someone to come alongside you. You need someone who knows you, who knows your plans, your goals, your dreams, someone who's on your side and who's there to help you get there. This is Ann from First Whitney Bank. Whether your business is running a business, farming, raising a family, or helping your kids move on to the business of their lives, we're here. It's your business, they're your dreams, and we're here to help you reach them. First Whitney Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Final match coming up, Atlantic and Kuemper Catholic. And we're going to say Aiden Smith at 138. No one showing up for Kuemper here, Cody.
Yeah, and going back to this a little bit, the other kid that kind of took me by surprise was Jake Smith.
Yeah.
He kind of got a little bit of an advantage on Brewer or his opponent there, and so Aiden Smith wins that by forfeit. And they're going to bump Jake Smith up, it looks like.
So the Trojans lead 6-0. Now we'll have a match at 138 and 44 pounds here.
And this will be Hayes, and he's going to be taking on Jake Smith. So Jake Smith was the one that started out with that big advantage. I think it was 10-1, and Shor's basically scored 19 to win that 20-10. So Smith with definitely a length advantage on Hayes. But, Hayes wrestled really well his first match, and he was up, I think it was 14-0 going into the second period, and Coach Duff had him take up. And so right now they're working a little bit of inside tie here. Get the hand off there, and it's a little bit of separation so they can get a shot. And Hayes he's either a high crotch type kid or a fireman's, and he tries the fireman's right there. Just can't get a very good shot. Smith doing a nice job putting his head right on the shoulder there, blocking that off. And you see Hayes is going to go ahead and take that anyway, and is able to get behind him. And Smith with a kind of a roll attempt there, and Smith right now Hayes working on peeling that right arm out on Smith. Having a tough time. Deep waist by Hayes. Kind of gets the arm up over the elbow here. Again, he's reaches in between and goes for a ball and chain. He's going to try to reach over the back there and hook that elbow, and he lost that grip there. Again, nice deep waist by Hayes. Hayes has got a chicken wing now. He goes opposite wrist, and he's trying to get Smith to settle in here, and Hayes is going to go ahead and run that now, brings him back down, bellies him out. Needs to make sure and go straight forward with that arm, roll Smith over, and he's going to get the fall here.
Yeah. Nice job by Calvin Hayes. He's had quite a night.
Yeah, he's both matches wrestled really smart and really well.
Atlantic jumps out to 12-0 lead to the first two matches here. Aiden Smith, the one by a 4-foot at 38. Hayes wins by a small over Jake Smith at 144 pounds.
This will be Sam Hoffman and Jaden Harder.
Harder actually coming right out aggressive.
And right away, Harder goes for a near side, kind of a near side cradle there. Trying to get him balled up here, get Hoffman balled up, and Hoffman doing a good job peeling that wrist, but Harder keeping that pressure, and he's going to circle towards the head, and you'll see him stack him up on his shoulders here, and he's got control of that back leg. You see him try to get his knee over the head here, and he'll sit through and post on his forehead is what he plans on doing if he can get that leg released of Hoffman.
Hoffman levered on that leg, and that saved it from going to his back. He's still got the leg. Now he doesn't. Then we'll see if Harder can flip him here. Yep, there it is.
Go quicker and post that head. He's not going to be able to pin him, I don't think, with the arm underneath the shoulder unless he readjusts.
But he's going to get some back points anyway.
Yep, and now he's going to go back the opposite direction with the Turk. And he's should get some near fall here. It's a different pinning combination than what he had before, but there must not have been a count there. So 7-0 right now, Jaden Harder with that advantage.
.37 seconds to go in the first period, and working toward the edge of the mat.
And Harder with the cradle now. Yeah. He needs to get hip to hip, set back.
Oh, there
he does. He gets that near side knee. He needs to be in the side. And
oh man, nope, not quite.
His left shoulder is up off the mat a little bit there.
15 seconds to go to try to hold it. Jake Smith's going to get out of it. Or Hoffman, rather, excuse me. For Jaden Harder, and he'll take that lead in the second period. Trojans up 12-0 with 2 wins out of the gate. Smith at 38 and Calvin Hayes at 44. Hayes wins by a fall and Smith by a 4-foot.
And Smith's choice there, and he chooses down to start the second period. Kind of sits out. He's going to turn and face. Yep. Right away goes into attack to a single. Is able to switch off to double for 3 points, and that's going to be a tech fall.
So Harder, impressive. Ranked in 2A. He just showed why. 15-0 Tech fall. Atlantic up 17-0 here early. We go to 157. And at 157, we're going to see.
I think Bryce Smith is so excited he's skipping weight classes.
Yeah, he went up to 65. I'm thinking, what did I miss here? There we go.
This is Case Cook taking on Smith, and so Draven, has to have a ton of confidence coming from that last match. Goes to a single, almost to a fireman's there, tries to circle, gets Cook's hips down low, but Cook is able to drop that leg in. He needs to get his right arm through here, and he needs to circle towards the head now, and
he's got it.
He needs to post that arm, get on the other side there.
Good job.
He left the leg behind, though. Those are the little things that you need to clean up, but and that's what they'll work on over Christmas. So.
I've noticed Atlantic, and they've always been, but just very aggressive tonight. They've been forcing the action. Every match they come out just a firing, shooting.
Yeah, it's always nice to wrestle at home, be in front of your home crowd, and actually Kuemper has a lot of people here tonight. Well, Smith tilted him up here and readjusts. Going to get 4 near fall there, so it's going to be 10-3. Smith goes for put both legs in and peels back, and he's going to get, must be, I'm not sure if it's blood time.
Yeah, but it's going to be a blood time. So we'll take a timeout while they clean that up. We're back right after these.
Year with a huge incentive on the most popular side-by-side around. At Olson's Outdoor Power, from now until December 31st, buy a new 2025 Polaris Ranger 1000 XP North Star and get a free 5-year warranty on us. Premium or Ultimate, regular cab or crew cab, buy now and receive a total of 5 years of Polaris Total Protection Warranty for free. But only here at Olson's Outdoor Power and only till the end of this year. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Back to action. Harder riding on top, up 10-3, Cody.
Yeah, Smith tripped forward there. He's got that left elbow locked, and he's going to want to roll across the body. He kind of releases that as close as he is to the edge of the mat. Peels that out a little bit, tucks it underneath, and you'll see him right now. He's going to tuck and roll through here.
14 seconds to go in the first period. Tried to lock a leg, and there's no room there.
Yeah, and he's got a really nice 3/4 Nelson here, and he's going to continue to drive forward.
He's going to run out of time, though.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to the towel boy.
Hey, towel boy went to the concession stand. They wrestled an extra 7 seconds there. So there should be no points. Yeah, we didn't have a towel boy out there to...
maybe he's not going to get any points,
no,
but he
shouldn't.
technically should have.
So he should have. You think he had in time?
He should have at least got 2 or 3 near fall. So
still 10-3.
It is what it is.
Yeah. We'll have to run down a towel boy here.
Kuemper goes neutral here in the second period. Again, he was a couple fireman shots there by Smith. Outside shot there. Smith moves in now. Stays in a low position. Oh, there's the fireman's again. He walked right into that. And you're going to see Smith try to circle the head again like he did before and keep it tight.
Yep.
And he comes out front. Again, you need to get opposite side. Keep the arm, post the arm, and the head. He's tightening it up here. Grab the wrist, post the wrist, lift your head up. There he settles it in right there.
Yeah, pin for Smith. How about Draven Smith tonight? What a job. He has 2 wins for Atlantic. Yeah, what a confidence booster for that young man. At 157, Atlantic so far winning at 38, 44, 50, 57, and now 165 coming out of the mat. Smith won by 4 foot. Calvin Hayes won by a fall. Jaden Harder at 150, won by a tech fall. Now David Smith wins by a fall at 157. We go to 165. Atlantic up 23-0 here in this duel.
It looks like they're trying to figure out who's wrestling who, and Coach Duff is saying maybe they're going to move some people around here.
Yeah. Looks like Kuemper's going to win this one by 4 foot. So at 65, Kuemper wins by a 4 foot. Now it's a 23-6 match. And we'll jump up to 175. Started out at 138 here. Lewis Central on the way home on a very great effort here tonight. They won the first match 65-12 over Kuemper, and just edged Atlantic 35-34.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to maybe start doing varsity matches on both mats.
Okay,
so.
we'll keep you updated here. So we're going to go at 165. So that's a 190-pounder match, right?
Yeah, it's going 75 on the screen, and 95 will be on the other match.
Okay. So we're still waiting for the 75-pounders to come out at the 190. It's Hedrington and James Jansen. Hedrington trying to get the takedown, and he's almost taken down himself. Now we look at the 175-pounder match. Camera's on what? The match at
175.
All right,
match.
That's Mason Vanami and Callan Cleaver is who we're watching here. Cody's got his eye on Hedrington and Jansen at 190 on our mat to our left.
Hedrington with a 3-point takedown here on the edge of the mat.
No score, Jansen and Cleaver.
And Hedrington going to try to walk towards the head, around the head here. He's kind of got I call it the corkscrew, where you grab the opposite arm underneath.
Did you see in our live stream a takedown for Mason Vanami up 3-0 with a 3-point takedown with 1:14 to go here in that match.
Yeah, Vanami going cross-face cradle here right in front of you on Cleaver. Cleaver doing a good job extending that left leg out, though. Donovan Hedrington right now is going to work on a tilt here on the left-hand side. He rolls through and has him tilted up. He's going to get 2 count anyway, or excuse me, 2 near fall.
Jansen almost got some back points, but Cleaver able to scramble out of that. But he is flat on his belly right now. Jansen riding.
And Donovan with a power half on the right-hand side here, and he's going to walk that right towards the head. Goes back around and covers the body there. 14 seconds to go in that first period there at 190. 5-0 advantage for Donovan Hedrington.
Yeah, and here's a half put in by Jansen. He's going to try to roll Cleaver Atlantic on his back. He does. Back points coming and maybe a pin. 12 seconds, 11 to go here in the first period. Back points for Jansen, working for a fall at 7. Still working on it. Cleaver trying to hold off, and he's going to maybe able to. Oh, we got pinned with time running out. Jansen with the fall for Kuemper. 23-12 now. Atlantic with the lead. Boy, that was close. Cleaver just pinned in the waning moments of that match at 175 pounds.
Kind of flip the cameras around so the scoreboard does not match the actual camera. You're watching Donovan Hedrington right now slip his left arm through. He's going to go to a half on that same side if he can get the half in. Continues to drive forward, so he got a near fall and a reversal, so it's going to be a 5-point move for Hedrington. Hedrington continues to work forward there. We're going to bring up the 215-pound. We're going to bring up the 215-pound match here as soon as it starts and we get both wrestlers out there.
The 215ers coming out.
That'd be Traven Thomas.
Yep. And for Kuemper, it's going to be Sam Rodert. Camera back on Thomas and Rodert here in the east mat. Just underway at 215. Both mats going now on the varsity side here. This thing started about 5:45. Had to get some technical things done with the track wrestling, and then they got it going, and been some good wrestling here tonight. There's a shot, a deep single by Rodert, And he's going to get the three-point takedown for Kuemper. Atlantic up 23-12. Hetherington up 10-0, Cody, on your side.
Yeah, he continues to ride tough there. Kind of goes cross-face cradle here. Now going to be a stalling call on Kuemper underneath Hetherington there. 21 to go there in that match. Hetherington now has a half, and he's going to just try to power over the top of that.
And we're going to get Thomas almost getting a pinned here, but he's able to roll through it. And Jansen and Rodert working on him. 6-0, Rodert with the lead over Jansen here, as you see on your screen, with 49 seconds to go in the first period.
Thomas needs to continue to stand up here, and we've got a lot of forward leverage there, and he's kind of got that corkscrew on Thomas. He's going to walk around towards the head and try to expose the shoulders of Thomas as he continues to circle that head and gets on Thomas. He settles in, but Thomas doing a great job rolling through to his back, or back to his stomach. And he got 4 near fall out of that. So
10-0 now.
I'm not sure why it was stopped, but they stopped it there. So 10-0, Hetherington still with that lead, or a minute 30 to go in the third period. Hetherington going upper body.
That match you don't see on your screen. The one you do see right now, it's Jansen in control of Thomas of Atlantic. It's 10-0 right now with second period coming up. Rodert leading 10-0 over Traven Thomas of Atlantic. And Hetherington with a 13-0 lead now with a minute to go in the third on Cody's side.
Yeah, Hetherington with a takedown here, and coaches are saying just cut him, let him up, go another takedown, and Hetherington says, I got to get my leg clear out here first. Hetherington releases there, so it's 13-2. One more takedown here would be
Thomas and Rodert right now. It's 10-0 Rodert with a lead for Kuemper. 1:27 to go in the second. You see on your screen. 1:23, 1:20 to go in the second period. Thomas has had his back exposed several times, but able to scramble out of it each time, but down by 10 here. And a final there at 190, Cody.
Yeah, Hetherington with a 16-1 tech fall. And Thomas is, really wrestled this second period really well. It was 10-0 at the end of the first period. He didn't give up a fall. He continues to battle here. And not a lot of movement by either wrestler on their feet. There's a shot by Rodert. A nice underhook there by Thomas. Some separation. Down to 44 to go in that particular match.
We're going to go over to 285 here, Cody Weaver.
See if I can get maybe both of them on there.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
We've got 2 varsity matches going now. And again, Thomas, as Cody mentions, wrestled well here in the second period against Rodert. We got 285 pounders out there right now.
Yeah, left side of your screen is Evan Sorensen. And on the right side is Traven Thomas. So left side of your screen.
It's Stager of Kuemper at 285 and Sorensen of Atlantic on the left side of your screen.
And Sorensen goes for kind of a bear hug there, and he's going to toss him if he can pick him up and elevate him. Goes for an inside trip. No success there, and drops into a single. Tries to trip that, now goes bear hug again. Well, they're both scrapping pretty good there. Thomas with a sit out there kind of gets sucked back onto his back. Needed to turn to his belly there, but he's battling here a long time to go here in this third period.
Pin there.
And Thomas gets losing by fall over Rodert.
That's at 215 pounds. And now we'll go to the flyweight.
And you're going to see 6 and 13 both with forfeits. So the next weight we would see somebody would be at 120. So Keaton Schrader will come out, receive forfeit.
Atlantic up 28-18. They're going to tack 12 points on the board. They'll make it a 40-18 on these 2 forfeits by Kuemper. Schrader did not wrestle tonight. He won his first match by forfeit. He's going to get another forfeit tonight.
And Sorensen having really no success on his feet here in the first period. Down to 15 seconds to go there on the left side of your screen. There's a nice shot there, double shot. Collar tie here. Double underhook by Steiger. Sorensen kind of backing out and says, I know better than that. They're going to come back, and actually time expired there. So we're going to go to the second period.
So we're going to finish this up in a hurry. And we got 120, 126, and 132 to go. 120 pounders now on the mat here on the right. And at 120, we'll get this set up for you here in a moment. Still no score on that Sorensen match and that heavyweight Steiger.
Yeah, it's going to be Will Atherton taking on Mason Betts there on the right side of your screen. So Betts for Atlantic. Sorensen with a takedown, escape and a takedown. Minute 35 to go, that second period. The clock that you see actually goes with the mat on the right side. Betts with a takedown there on the right-hand side of your screen to take that with a 3-0 advantage there over Atherton. Sorensen continues to work on top here. Minute 17 to go in that second period.
Mason Betts with a 3-0 lead here on your right.
Sorensen looks like he's either a chicken wing or a half there.
Yeah.
Releases that, comes back up top. Betts riding the hips pretty tough, working on peeling out the left side wrist. Chops, drives forward, deep waist on the right. Atherton up to his feet. Betts lets him go, escape. 3-1 match now on the right-hand side. Betts, Atherton in on a shot. Good hips by Betts. Betts pushes back, tries to get some separation, has that opposite far side ankle. Continues to maybe drive in a little bit. Now has both ankles, needs to get the leg release. It's going to be a stalemate pretty quick. There's 25 seconds left in the Betts match. Sorensen rolled Steiger over and wins by fall. 14 seconds left in that second period.
That was pure strength by Sorensen, Cody. Steiger was flat on his belly. Sorensen got the crowbar out and got him over his back. Evan Sorensen, second ranked in Class 2 at 285, picks up a pin for Atlantic. Mason Betts up 6-1 here.
Yeah, he had a takedown. Atherton got an escape, and then Betts got another takedown.
Well, we go to 126 or 126. It's going to be Braxton Haas of Atlantic at 126.
And he's going to be, Haas is going to be taking on Caleb Hoffman of Kuemper.
Yes, and Hoffman, 32 yet to go, and Betts still leading here 7-1 with 1:33 to go in the second period.
Yeah, and this is a throw position right here on the match on your left. Haas is going to probably try to slide by and circle around behind there. Both wrestlers with pretty decent wrist control, though. Outside single shot there by Haas. Both back up to their feet. Again, on the left-hand side of your screen, it is Braxton Haas taking on Caleb Hoffman at 126. Right side is...
Yeah, Betts is getting some back points now for Atlantic. At 120, he's going to come up with 4 back points with 49 seconds to go in the second period. Should be 13-1 it is. Mason Betts with a big lead here. At 120 pounds over Will Atherton from Kuemper Catholic. 33 seconds to go in the second period. Betts lost his first match against Lewis Central, but really looking good here at 120 for Atlantic.
And he's in on deep single there on Haas. Haas doing a good job, continuing to scoot his hips, post with that right hand, reaches over the top, tries to sprawl that out. Haas trying to sit through, and he should be able to come out the back door 15 seconds to go, and Haas is going to be taken down here with 10 to go here in the first period.
Betts leading 13-2, going into the third period here with Atherton. Atherton had the choice. He chose neutral. They'll start at their feed here with 1:56 to go in the match, and the Betts up 13-2. No score on with Haas.
Yeah, he got taken down with 10 seconds to go.
3-0. Here you go.
Haas is going to go down to start the second period. That's the match you're seeing on the left-hand side of the screen. And your right-hand side of the screen is Betts at 120.
Atherton. Betts up 13-2. Needs to break that hold.
Going to be a stalemate on your left-hand side of the screen. You got to continue to move up, and he did. So left leg goes in by
Betts needs to keep driving over here on the right side of the screen. Up 16-2 now. 1:09 to go in the match. These are the Betts at 120 for Atlantic. Atlantic up 46-18 here in the duel.
And Betts is he's in decent control there. He needs to continue to work his way up the back here. And he's going to try to throw him to the left, which he doesn't have a lot of advantage. So he's got to get his legs through there. So Atherton right now with the legs in, the 2-point reversal makes it a 16-4 match, 37 seconds to go on your right-hand side of your screen.
How about Haas?
Got a reversal there by Haas with 1:05 to go in the second period. 3-2 right now. Caleb Hoffman of Kuemper's got that lead. Braxton Haas on his way back.
Betts another reversal for Atlantic, up 18-4. 16 seconds to go. Betts will get a major decision, if not more here. Down to 10 seconds to go, trying to get another tilt and a tech fall. 6 seconds to go.
And he continues to walk the head here. He just needs to take the arm with him and have that leverage. And
Betts wins 18-4. Atlantic gets a major decision from Mason to Betts of Atlantic at 120. We got one to go here. 126 will be the final match of the night. Kuemper wins. Lewis Central wins 2-1 over Kuemper, 65-12. They topped Atlantic by 1, 35-34. Atlantic beating Kuemper here. It's 50-18 right now. Still have 2 matches to score yet.
And Haas has got a 6-3 lead now going into the third period. And it's his choice.
Yeah,
I think it was actually Haas's choice the first time, so it's Kuemper's choice.
Carter Hadley out with Atlantic along with Owen Neppel of Kuemper.
Yeah, Neppel looked good in his first match against Lewis Central, so this will be a battle. And Hadley wrestled really well, especially on his feet. That first match, really nice deep double. Goes opposite direction, circles the legs. Gets 2 points as he hooked that leg. You see that on the right-hand side of your screen. The left-hand side, again, is Braxton Haas. He's got a 6-3 advantage right now. We're just starting the third period.
And Hadley in control here on the screen to your right. 50-18 Atlantic with the lead on the team scores. Nice takedown by Hadley. A 3-point takedown. He's up 3-0. Now Neppel swinging at the head here for Kuemper. And they're going to go toward the edge of the mat. Still in bounds, each foot in bounds. Now Hadley completely in bounds. 50 seconds to go in the first period. Hadley with the takedown up 3-1. Neppel with the escape. Nice deep double by Hadley. Elevates.
Good leverage by Neppel there, though. And he just needs to sit back with it and sit straight down.
And it's going to be a takedown for Hadley.
Yeah, I need to keep that arm, kind of release that arm, but still a 3-point takedown there. So 6-1, Hadley with the advantage. 25 to go there in the first period, and it's Braxton Haas with 1 minute to go in the third period. 6-3 advantage over Hoffman of Kuemper. Going to be a stalemate there on the left-hand side of your screen.
Hadley up 6-1, shoots again, shoots for the single. Neppel able to counter. 5 seconds, 4 to go in the first. Down to 3, 2, and 1. And that's going to be it here in the first period. 6-2. Carter Hadley of Atlantic with the lead in the final match at 120. And Haas in a battle there.
Yeah, they're down to 35 seconds to go here now. And Haas hasn't had any luck on his feet, or not much luck on his feet here against Hoffman. Looks like he's going to try another slide-by attempt there, and Hoffman able to move. You see Haas with good head position right there, keeping Hoffman from seeing where he's going here.
Yeah, Neppel just had a 3-point takedown. 6-5, Hadley up by 1. 8 seconds to go there, and Haas trying to hang on to a 6-3 lead. Nice hand control. That's it.
Yeah, and that was close. I mean, Haas had the advantage there.
Well, we'll go back to one map, the final of the night. Braxton Haas with a 6-3 to win. Atlantic up 53-18. And the final one coming here with Hadley and Neppel, Cody.
Yeah, and it's kind of gotten tight. It's 7-5 right now. Hadley had a couple takedowns there. There's 1:15 to go in the second period, and we just need to continue to battle here. He's been able to get in on deep doubles. Neppel doing a good job hooking inside the leg, to kind of keep some of that leverage. So we're going to come back to the center here with just over a minute to go. 7-5 right now. And Neppel continues to drive in, and at this point, you just have to take a shot like that and get lower, a little bit lower position. And a fireman's attempt there by Neppel, and Hadley able to circle around behind there for a takedown, and he's going to try to peel an arm out here, and it's 10-5 right now. Carter Hadley with your advantage. The last match of the night here in this duel, it's 53-18. Atlantic with that advantage. And Hadley working on wrist control here on the left-hand side, and he want him to come up a little bit, and he's going to try to tilt him over forward right here, or tilt him over the top of him. You see Neppel posted with that left leg, though. Neppel trying to come back up, and Hadley able to return him back down to the mat. As time's going to expire here in the second period, we'll go to the third period, and I'm not sure whose choice it is.
10-5, Hadley with the lead, and it's going to be
Hadley's choice, and he's going to go down that bottom position. So
Atlantic is going to split tonight. They fell short to LC by 1, 35-34. We're up 53-18 here with 1 period to go in the final match, Cody.
Yeah, Neppel trying to cradle here, cross-face cradle here, and he's got Hadley balled up, and he's going to try to sit back with it, and Hadley needs to extend that leg, that right leg, which he is trying to do. Bellied back out now, and did a nice job taking that left arm and going over the top. And Neppel's going to want to throw here, so you need to be very careful. You're in 11-5 match right here. You come back to the center, 1:30 to go. You need to stay in good position and get in on another deep double shot there. Minute 20 to go. Gets in on a single, head kind of on the other side, needs to continue to knee slide up, get in a little bit better position than what he is there, and Neppel trying to peel that hand out. Hadley now kind of tries to come out the back door, grab the wrist, peel and turn, taking his time, trying to stack Neppel up, not able to, needs to continue to circle to the right, hook the ankle on the leg that's closest to him. It was a good battle there. 43.8 to go here. Third period, 11-5 right now. Hadley with that advantage over Owen Neppel of Kuemper. And we got to lock out for a headlock here.
Oh boy, Neppel.
And again, that's what I said. You need to stay in good position, and it's Hadley with a good job here. He's kind of scratched his neck a little bit as he breathes in that he didn't. So it's, Neppel's got that arm. So we're going to come back to the center here. It's 12-11 right now. He's got to hold. Hadley's got 12 seconds to get out to win this, or to tie it, I mean.
12-11, he's down by 1.
And that's not going to do it.
Nope.
Time's going to expire, and that last headlock attempt. That was a battle, and it was really in Carter's control there, 11-5 or 11-6. And that three-point takedown and this near fall really hurt there at the end.
53-21 the final, and Atlantic with a win over Kuemper Catholic Carroll. Back with a recap right after these.
7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications, KS 95.7.
At Seed Pros, our mission is to be your business partner every day of every season. Pioneer Hybrid International was founded in Iowa back in 1926 and is still American today. Not many other seed providers can make that claim. We partner with you to continually push the limits by combining elite seed genetics, local infield knowledge, along with customer service second to none. We are with you from the word go. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, Nick Knudsen, or John Becker to partner with a team that puts your business needs first.
From the Hy-Vee family to your family, I'll speak for everyone here that I hope you have a Merry Christmas. But I just want to send a reminder that we'll be closing at 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and we'll be closed all day on Christmas Day, so that all Hy-Vee employees have a day to spend with their families, and I will personally thank all of them for their hard work this season. But that goes without saying, huge thank you to the community and our customers for all your support. We'll be resuming normal hours from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. back on the 26th. And as always, thank you for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Atlantic head coach Tim Duff is going to join us here. Our coaches post-game show with Coach Duff coming up. It's brought to you by State Farm. Elvis Hass, your local good neighbor. You're in the corner show coming up right after this from Elvis Hass.
Slogans in America. What does it mean to me as your local State Farm agent, Elvis Hass? It means being able to speak to your agent. It's also being able to understand what you're paying your hard-earned money for. My team and I aren't new to customer service, and we're here to help you with your auto, home, life, farm, business, health, as well as financial services. See Elvis Hass State Farm on Facebook or at our location, 1/2 block west of the courthouse, 712-243-4824.
Welcome back. In your corner, brought to you by State Farm. Elvis Hass, your local good neighbor. And we're joined by Atlantic head wrestling coach Tim Duff. The Trojans split tonight, 53-21 over Kuemper. Fall short to Lewis Central. Great match there, Coach, 35-34. Got to break down the night for him.
Yeah, hey, first, thank you, Tom and Cody. Thank you guys for broadcasting the meet. Some good matches, it really was. I thought good matchups. Our kids competed hard, so I like our effort. I like the way we're out there. We're trying to be aggressive. We're trying to score points. Unfortunately, in that Lewis Central duel, it came down to a couple extra bonus points. A couple opportunities there, but maybe we didn't get the extra bonus point or two that we needed to win that duel. But I thought our kids competed hard, and we knew they're a tough team. They're the team to beat in the Hawkeye 10, and so we're right there with them tonight. So hopefully we can continue to improve and see if we can catch them as we're getting another chance at the Hawkeye 10 tournament. At the end of the season.
Coach, talk about the Lewis Central match. Talk about some of the highlights in that match. Draven Smith, one of them, huh?
Yeah, Draven, big victory there at the end. A big turn, kind of come from behind, take down in a turn. We decided, the duel started at 132. Yeah. We decided to slide and bump. Yeah. Our 165 pounder was out tonight with a skin infection, and so we thought, we're slide and try to cover weights and not have that open at 165. And so, we asked our kids to wrestle up a weight, and they understood the assignment, and they went out and competed hard. They didn't make an excuse that they were wrestling guys that were a little bigger than them, and I thought they competed, and just proud of their effort. Some nights, the scoreboard isn't where we wanted it, but we're out there wrestling hard, and you know, I see the kids improving, each individual, and I see the team improving along the way. So that's all we can ask. And you know, moving forward, or I guess Kuemper duel.
Yeah.
You know, when the Kuemper duel came out, we got pins where we had opportunities, and that was the difference in that duel. Picked up more bonus points, and you know, but all in all, a good night of wrestling. Great crowd. I want to thank all the supporters that came out. You know, it's fun to look up and see a full stand over here on the south side. And so a lot of people here, a lot of cheers, and, you know, there's some excitement. And, you know, I'm thankful for everybody that came out, and we always have great support. So thanks to all of our fans. And, you know, we go back Saturday, the varsity wrestles at Roland Story. We're going to see Winterset, Anamosa, Hampton, Dumont, Sergeant Bluff. So we're going to see some really good teams and some great individuals too. And JV turns around tomorrow, heads to Glenwood. So JV gets some more mat time. You know, I saw JV wrestler Grayson Molgard got his first high school win tonight. So that's fun to see for our JV guys. And, you know, we see them all improving. So that's what it's all about. And, you know, they're supporting each other, and it's a fun team to work with.
Very good. Well, Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll try to catch you for Atlantic Sports Saturday as well to break down the week. Roland Story on Saturday, and really a great product to the floor on the mat tonight.
Yeah, thanks again, Tom. Thank you, Cody. You know, again, we like where we're at. We know we still have room for improvement, but a lot of potential there. So we'll keep pushing forward.
No doubt about it. Coach, thank you very much. Atlantic head coach Tim Duff joining us here on the post-game show, brought to you by State Farm, Elvis Hash, your local good neighbor. We'll be back with the match of the meet, brought to you by Elvis Hash.
Maybe one of the most known slogans in America. What does it mean to me as your local State Farm agent, Elvis Hass? It means being able to speak to your agent. It's also being able to understand what you're paying your hard-earned money for. My team and I aren't new to customer service, and we're here to help you with your auto, home, life, farm, business, health, as well as financial services. See Elvis Hass State Farm on Facebook or at our location, 1/2 block west of the courthouse, 712-243-4824.
Welcome back to Atlantic as we wrap things up here tonight. It was Lewis Central beating Kuemper 65-12. LC beat Atlantic 35-34. And as Coach Duff mentioned, came down to some bonus points there, Cody. 53-21. Atlantic beating Kuemper here in the nightcap. So our match of the beat brought to you by State Farm Elvis Sash, your local good neighbor. What do you think in that Kuemper match?
I think I'm going to have to go with the sophomore group. Hayes came out with a minute 42 fall. Harder came out with a tech fall, and Draven Smith came out with a fall. And, you know, when you look at Calvin's match against Smith, Smith gave Shorst everything he wanted in that first period. And Hayes was able to come out and win that by fall. Harder controlled his match, and Smith, with the confidence from the first match carrying over, you can see that he's taking shots now, and he's getting in the middle of the mix. So I'd give it to those three, the matches of the meet, let's call it.
Excellent. Cody, thank you very much. Tomorrow night?
Yeah, we'll be in, we're getting enough of Lewis Central and Kuemper this week.
Or they're getting enough of us, one of the two.
Yeah, we had boys and girls basketball on Tuesday against Kuemper, right?
Right.
Now we'll have Lewis Central tomorrow night, so it's we'll be traveling to Lewis Central and cover basketball, which I don't know much about.
Yeah, you do just fine. 5:45 pregame for the girls, and the boys game to follow. We'll hear from Atlantic head girls coach Dan Vargason, and between games, Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken, our McAtee Tire Coaches Show. For Cody Weaver, I'm Tom Robinson. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Thanks for watching on WesternIowaToday.com TV and YouTube, powered by Nishtanet, and on the radio at 95.7 FM. For Cody Weaver, I'm Tom.